Listeners, this episode is brought to you by the College of Hip Hop. The College of Hip Hop is an app, and I'll tell you one thing. If you want to learn about publishing, all different contracts, we want to learn about... Listen, have you seen they had an interview with Wendy Day, that an interview with, from the Clips Malice? You know, they have like a bunch of stuff over there that really gives you like a tutorial about...
That's right.
You know,
get some templates.
Yeah.
Get your most asked questions answered. Everything you need is right here at this app. It's like a one-stop shop for everybody that dropped out but still wants to get their hip-hop going.
Listen, some people say they went to the College of Hard Knocks. Why don't you go to the College of Hip Hop?
That's right.
And get that app today. Download that app. Tell them Premium Pete Show sent you. Now let's get to the show. Cheer.
Ow.
Come on, everybody get set, let's go. It's the next episode. It's the Premium Pete Show. News, interviews, all of the info. Listen up, it's the Premium Pete Show. If you want the scoop in the low, down low, listen to the show, cause Milk said so. Fuck what you heard, better act like you know. Miss Lissa knows. It's the Premium Pete Show.
Internet, you know Miss Lissa's coming every week with these original bars for her mixtape called Shit Must Be Easy Volume 1. And, you know, she's hitting us with the bars. She did covers for a long time, but for the last couple of episodes, she did original bars, and they've been fire. And, you know, we got a spectator here, you know, Mr. Cuban Link. He's going to listen and see what he thinks of them.
Yes.
Listen,
I
what
feel
you
like
got?
I'm on American Idol now, Puerto Rican Idol.
This is a Cuban guy talent, you know what I mean? What you got?
Yeah.
What you got for us?
Now all these sushi bitches try to keep the beef low main, but I pull it out the hole like Saddam Hussein. If you knew me in the past, then you may say I changed, but you can't get the money and the swag stay the same. I do this for my family. All we got is us now. In New York like a giant when I touch down. You saw me struggling. I'm looking tough now. Single status, not trying to get cuffed down.
Cheer.
In VIP, all these bottles get popped. Niggas fucking with the team cause the team get guap, and we always camera ready cause the scenes don't stop. Got a joint that's 23. Bitches want him, he want me. Look at me, I'm a boss like my name was Oprah. If a bitch talking shit, I'ma have to choke her. My life moving fast like a roller coaster. Shout out to all my boys, bitches thought I told ya.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you something. That may have been the best original bars I heard you spit.
Yeah.
When you said that giant shit with the touchdown, what you think, Cuban?
Come on, I just threw that in just now.
Well, first of all, let's give a proper introduction, man.
Like
Let's give a proper introduction. First of all, shout out to Liza Rios and the whole family, Star,
Word.
and everybody,
That's
Chris,
right.
and the rest of the kids. You know, we had Liza on, and I was like, yo, I would love to sit down with Cuban Link. More importantly, not only just how much I love Pun and how much I just love what he did in his style and his lyricism, but more importantly, I just love Terror Squad, man. I just, you know, being a back in the day younger kid, you know, I just really love, like, to me, Terror Squad, and we'll go into it, but Terror Squad could have been the Spanish Wu-Tang if shit was done right. Yeah. You know, and, you know, just I always admire. Anyway, listen, we'll go to
the
fuck
first
into
Young
it.
Money.
Well, yeah, but we'll go into it.
But we still put the dent in
No,
there.
y'all definitely
It's
did
just
some major things. It was just some...
It never really got
yeah,
out the
because
right
of the
way.
trials and tribulations
Yeah.
and things that people don't know about,
Yeah.
We'll
but
get
always
to it.
wondered.
We'll get to it, but Cuban Link, welcome to the Premium Pete Show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, man. Listen, you got Miss Lissa's bars. What you thinking of?
I think they're great. I think she hot. I think she...
Gracias, Papacito.
Yeah, she got that. She got that charisma too.
Is there such thing as a papicito?
Yeah.
What does Cito?
Papacito.
What does Cito mean afterwards?
It's like little.
Is there a difference between
It's a little.
Poppy?
I thought it was cuter. Like there's Poppy and then there's Papacito. Ow.
It's like
He a little more
It's
suave
like
with
a
it.
little poppy.
Yo, I love
Papacito.
when Angie Martinez
It's a term of endearment.
had that track that said, how you say my name in Spanish?
Mi amor.
The Jay-Z joint?
Yeah, he said, can I hit it raw? Yo, listen, Angie doesn't like to be credited with a lot of that rap shit for some reason. I feel like
Yeah.
whenever you bring up her music, she tries to be like shy or seen.
I
like,
was listening to actually today old interview. I think Nas heard her feelings.
Okay.
I think Nas, remember he went on a little rampage
Mm-hmm.
and he was telling New York rappers to step their game up, and he was mad at Hot 97. He went in on Angie hard, like pretty harsh. I think since that day, he's like stopped. Like she stopped really
She probably was nervous already, and then like people kind of like not being so receptive probably made her feel some kind of way. And at that point, Nas was probably kind of taking shots at her because Angie kind of always rode that Jay-Z wave.
Right.
So he probably was like throwing a little salt just to make her feel some kind of way.
Well, no, it was. I know it was behind the scene politics between Hot 97 and because that's what he was expressing.
Exactly.
He was expressing that like as a whole conglomerate, they was going against him because they favored Jay-Z in the battle part. And he just put her on blast. He was like, "What is the disc jockey doing? You know, writing hip hop, coming into this field like that's you making it look bad for hip hop and stuff like that." So, you know, and you know, I don't know if you're an MC, you got to stand up to the plate and be like, "Yo, listen, I do this because I love it."
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I think she was doing it maybe with the intentions that it was just more of a business.
Sure.
I think she was more innovative. I think she had a ghostwriter back when ghostwriters wasn't ghostwriters.
Yeah,
but she
what's
was
his name?
already
What was his name? Sicario, right?
Yeah, but he
was
that
helping
song,
her.
That song he had with her too was dope. Yo, I love that shit. I'll be honest with you too. When you think about this shit, and think about Angie Martinez, and this is something even more for you, Spanish hip hop. Particularly, and like people stuck together at that time more than ever.
Well, it was the wave at the time. Remember when Pun came through? He opened that. That was a tsunami that he did.
Yeah.
You know, that's when actually the Ricky Martins of the world was getting Grammys.
Yep.
So all of that was coming in a wave. You know what I'm saying? Jennifer Lopez was, and then Pun. You know, on the hip hop side of things, and and we came through with it. So it was a lot of Spanish.
Terror Squad.
That song was just
Tony
sprinkled on hip hop at the
Cuban
time.
Link.
Yeah, so you know it was a big Spanish movement at the time.
But also listen, I'm Italian, right? But I grew up like in Coney Island in Brooklyn, you know, till like I was 15. So I seen that different melting pot culture. Right. You know what I mean? So I grew up kind of different. But more importantly, you know, I know what it is for family and to stick together and come over and eat and do that.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, my first wife was Spanish, man, and I'm very aware of like the family, man. I really felt that in hip hop, like meaning like Spanish people like stuck together, like when they got into that music business of hip hop, particularly.
That's definitely the one of the morals that I came up believing.
Yeah.
Until the business is just the business.
Just screwed you over.
It divides and conquers every color, the green wins. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's definitely when it's I mean, when you're in the home front, that's definitely how we brought up. But I think every family's really brought up like that.
Yeah. Nah, I've always thought that Spanish people, even out of hip hop, just in general,
they stick together.
Yeah, they do. They really, really do.
I mean, look at. Forget about. We'll get into Joe and everything, but forget about. Joe always had a close knit relationship with Angie. You know, it's like I feel like
not really.
Okay, so maybe
really,
some I don't know.
Yeah.
Really,
no. Me and Angie really started with the friendship.
Okay.
Joe had a business relationship with her, where you know what I'm saying, as far as like Hot 97, he had relationships with all the guys there, all the people, all the DJs. But like me and Angie used to really hang out together on some personal cool out. That's my friend, you know, playing, you know, coming to my crib, you know, visiting my son and my wife at the time. So that was kind of close there between me and her. And through that relationship, she really came in through the Terror Squad, where it was more personal.
Oh, okay.
Not just business, you know, hanging out with us now in the clubs, really getting to know everybody. Right.
Yeah.
So I could say I was like the gateway between her and the Terror Squad.
People don't even see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they will never tell it either because I'm the black sheep of everything that ever happened. So I mean, I'm not saying it out of wanting to get props and everything. I'm just telling you the truth. You probably could ask her behind the mic, and she'll probably tell you the same thing. If she don't, then she's lying to herself. But
now, did you cook for her? Did you make her a Cuban?
No. At that time, we was just going crazy.
You're from Cuba, right?
Yeah, I'm really born Cuban.
Actually, the crazy thing is what I found out is you were born in Cuba, right? And you came here when you were 5 years old on what, like a boat. Yo, that's some real life Scarface shit.
Yeah, that was the actual footage in the beginning of the movie. Like those people that was coming from Cuba, that was like really my movie.
Do you remember any of that shit?
Yeah.
Vividly, like, could you take us through how that happened? Like, your parents, like, mom and dad brought you. How did this happen? Like, did they want to move out of Cuba?
Nah, it was just the opportunity came along where you know Jimmy Carter at the time gave the Cubans the free will. Any Cuban that feel oppressed by Fidel and his laws could come over. So thousands of boats that sailed from Miami. You know, people from Miami that had relatives in Cuba. They came to help out the movement, but they also had set ships coming to pick up people. Right. You know, it was over 150,000 people that came to America at the time. But what Fidel did, he opened up all the jails So from all the jails, like, you know, he snuck in all the criminals and the mentally retarded, crazy criminal killers among the side of the innocent that wanted freedom with their families. So you know, I was one of those. You know, my father was actually locked up, but not at the time.
Yo, your father got locked up for like killing a cow or something like that.
First time, yeah, killing a cow.
How does that?
That's taboo over
Or
there.
selling pants, I was hearing.
And selling pants in the corner.
But is this like a Fidel Castro law?
That's Cuban law.
You know what's crazy?
That's like over here, you know, like the bootleggers. They catch you in Cuba doing that.
Right.
You know, you doing some
Chinatown shit.
Yeah, they catch you.
They got that Louis Vuitton instead of Louis Vuitton.
Right.
They got the
Those
SpongeBob
be real
Jordans.
sometimes.
They got all of that.
Yeah, they got all. But you know what?
That's forever too. You know, Canal Street had that forever.
Forever. Yo, mad people, I feel like outside of Cuba, and you tell me, because like love Fidel Castro, but it seems like the Cubans didn't really fuck with the care for him.
Yeah, I mean, you have to respect him for what he has done in a global standpoint, you know. But I mean, like I compare that to like even a Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like I compare him to that, you know, to the level of what Joe did for hip hop. As far as like you have to respect it,
Right?
You know, he came
Having
along.
having the mindset. You mean like to put together? You're talking about a fine pun or put together terrorist.
Right,
pun? Is
right.
that what you mean?
Like what he did, as far as like, you know, being the Latino that really, you know, stood up for hip hop and brought great music to the table.
Sure.
You know, a long history. It's something like Fidel, like, you know, when he helped out the Africans in Angola when they had the wars. You know, he did a lot of respectful things. To this day, he'll come to Harlem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, he died already, but to this day, he was coming to Harlem. You know what I'm saying? With Mr. You know, Farrakhan.
Right.
So he had his alliances, and a lot of people respected him, powerful alliances that he had. So through that avenue, you have the respect of what he done for the actual game, and like for Fidel for what he did, as far as like Cuba didn't take nobody's help. You know, he dealt with the only people he dealt with to have Cuba survive through all these years after America put the embargo on him. You know what I'm saying? He's still a survivor. So he's the underdog according to the world that stood up against the big machine, which was America, and he survived, and he had an iron stick. He ruled with an iron stick. But now if you live inside his house, you know, you have no freedom of speech. You can't never talk bad about him. You can't conspire to believe in another religion except the religion he poses for you. So, you know, it's that oppression that you got to, you know, you have to believe in that revolution.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you getting forced to do shit that you don't probably want to do. So it's that love and hate relationship. You know, to me, at the end of the day, I came from that. I was too little to really know.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But through family stories that I heard through my family, you know, he's a piece of shit.
So your pops got out of jail, and then you just went to New York?
Nah, when we got out there, yeah, they opened the doors from the Cubans. You know, he went.
Mom and dad brought you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
You know, he came from when they opened the gate, the jails. He was he was in there at that time. He came out. You know, that was already in the news where we could have went to America. He came to get us. There's no second thoughts. We out. We going to the Maria Harbor in Cuba, and we jumping in whatever boat is open.
And you went to like a concentration camp or something, or
That's
just
afterwards. The beginning, we had to walk the plank. You already know the two military niggas in the side with the fire burning in the barrels. They take all your belongings from Cuba. They throw all that shit in
you
there.
can't bring nothing?
Nothing. No memorabilia.
Damn, no now ladies, nothing?
They ain't had no now ladies over there.
Okay, my bad.
Hell no. But yeah, nothing. No Cuban, nothing. You know, no flag, no memories of Cuba because you was considered a traitor.
Sure.
You leaving, but it's like you can never step foot here again.
Right.
That's how they treated you because, you know, you're not down for the revolution, apparently, to them, to the government. So now when we come in 90 miles, which what, maybe like hour 45, 2 hours from Maria Harbor in Cuba to the Keys, Florida Keys, where we landed, then we got to get processed. So that's what happened. When we get processed, now you got 100,000 people, 150,000 people, like 50,000 criminals, 100 regular people with families bunched up together. You know, they have to hold you there until they process you. So what they did in 95 North, over in Miami, under the highway, they built a concentration camp where they put all of us. And, you know, they give us shelter, food, you know, like army base, basically army base, bunked up, you know, with everybody. And you stay there until they debrief you. You know, they check you out, which most of them you couldn't check out because they didn't have paperwork. You couldn't bring nothing over here.
Right.
That's what they did when it was burning your shit. As soon as you walked in a plant, they couldn't really, you know.
That's crazy when
like
you think about it.
The army, you didn't know who you really was. So the criminals lied all day to get out. You know that. So then the innocent people, you know, we told the truth, but at the end of the day, you have to be stuck in there with the crazy dudes in there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So it's like being locked up in a jail, that concentration camp.
Now, what did mom and dad do when they got here?
We got out after like a month and a half inside that concentration camp. My aunt signed us out. You had to have family member. You get out quicker. Something like we had an aunt in Miami. She got us out. We stood there 6 months. Pops was crazy a little bit too. You know, he had to hustle. He's not crazy, but you know how to make money, you know, regardless.
You want to make around money? Man makes $5,000.
So, you know, we survived. Then after that, it was getting too crazy over there. Remember, if you ever seen the Cocaine Cowboys, you've seen how crazy the streets was in Miami at that time. So, you know, my father was, you know, family man, my mom's. They was looking out for us, really the best interest for us. We moved to Puerto Rico. Spent 3 years there. 3 years and a half there. Went to school there, first grade and all of that. My father started working in construction, building bodegas and stuff like that. So, you know, he earned his keep. You know, he was always good with construction. So that's what his thing was, construction.
Well, that's good. Now, is Pops and Mom still around?
Well, my pops just passed away 5 years ago.
Sorry to hear that.
You know, long battle with diabetes and all of that. So, you know, he was 67, so
what
he
did
lived.
Pops, even though, you know, you had an up and down...
Mom Duke's still strong.
Okay. But
my mom's 87.
Listen, Latin women live for a long time, man.
So you already know. My mom's, you know...
Now, does she make a good Cuban?
My mom's the best cook in the world.
Okay.
La Reina La Estufa. I said that in Hey Mama. You already know that.
Forget about it. Now, you know, it's funny because, like, you had an up and down, and I say a sideways career, but most importantly, I always think that you were definitely underrated. Definitely underappreciated. Definitely underrated. We'll get to that. But what did Pops think? You definitely experienced some success. That he had to see.
Actually, my pops was locked up when I first got my deal.
Oh, okay.
So he had to do 4 years out here.
Okay.
So yeah.
But was he happy that
I know he loved
in
it.
the music business?
But you see, my family is more of. They don't like scenes and shit.
Right.
You know, because they're always on the low. Like my mom's, my sister, my father, they was always on the low shit. But they was very proud of me because they remember all the, you know, all that gibberish I was really
Knucklehead
putting
shit?
them through. No, I'm really like you know, all the hip hop shit that they didn't understand when I was growing up. You know, when I was 15 and I started really loving the hip hop, the whole culture. And the graffiti and the breakdancing and all that shit. They didn't understand. They didn't understand that type of shit. They was just like, déjate de eso, Felito, ¿qué es eso? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I went through you want to be black shit. I went through all that, you know what I'm saying? They speak Spanish, you know, they don't believe in none of that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So I really installed it.
thing.
I really installed it in their head by just me being in love with hip hop and bringing it to the house.
See, that's great that.
But they let me rock though. It's not like they punished me because I didn't know.
Yeah.
They let me rock. It was just that they complained.
They questioned it. Yeah.
They complained all the way through it.
You know what's great about that? That, you know, and I feel like I went through the same thing too. You know, where people would question, and I've spoke about it before, where they say, "Well, you want to be black?" No, so I remember. I never forget when I was such a big Daddy Kane fan. I went to my barber and I was like, "Yo, can I get 3 cuts in the eyebrow?" He's like, "What do you want to be, black?" I said, "Nah, I want to be like Kane."
Yeah.
You know, like that's just what I wanted to do.
I had those 3 stripes too. Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's awesome that you were able to show them something. You know, like they probably like, what the fuck is this?
Remember, they're immigrants. First of all, they're not really. Even if they're old already, so it's not like you could teach a dog a new trick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Only life could do that for them. So it was that. It was like the Spanish heritage is what they know. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is like school. Go to school. You're not a doctor, a lawyer, things like that. You're not doing that. Then
exactly.
You're doing something else.
And back then, our parents, I think, like they looked for us to like get a job and just work in like an office and for the rest of your life go on Social Security and then just die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's they plan.
Whatever, have kids. You know what I mean. But more importantly, let's even start to get to you're in the Bronx. Right. You know, I believe it was 15 years old. This is when like you 15. Even started to like you loved hip hop, you loved graffiti, you loved this. How did you meet Pun and even start to become?
And Triple says?
Yeah, Triple was actually the first dude that I was doing rap already, little.
Okay, around
little,
the neighborhood?
little classroom shit.
Okay.
Because I lived in a whole different place as Triple at the time. I claimed 167 in Prospect and Union, but before that, you know what I'm saying, from 9 to 15, I was living in Sheridan Avenue. So those are the years where I really, I didn't know English, but still I was hanging out with black friends. You know, my black friend is the one who really taught me English. You know what I'm saying? My man Carl Brown to this day. So me going to school, just listening to hip hop at the time, I just fell in love with it. You know what I'm saying? Spiky shit, the wristbands and all that. That's when it was the style and all that. The breakdancing,
the white ones, the black ones, the leather with the spikes.
Yeah, all
a
of
little
that.
grungy.
Yeah. So at that time, you imagine, you view my age, you know what era that was. So that's when I learned that. I picked it up, Mr. Magic, Marley Marl and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, on radio. Mr. Magic, rocking that with Red Alert, and I was, be up to 12 in the night recording, in the tape deck, the show,
Right,
and memorizing the Run DMC lyrics, and LL Cool J and Daha,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like that's what really inspired me to love the hip hop, the music to the next level, and that's when I started writing, lyrics instead of writing my class notes in school. So, yeah, 5th, 6th grade. But remember, I came here when I was in 2nd grade.
Yeah.
So in 5th, 6th grade is when I really started like doing that and having it as a hobby. Then I moved to 167 over there, and that's when like Sace, Triple Sace, like he was really like advanced. He was older than me, but like he was a rapper. Like,
Sure.
He had all the makings of a rapper. Like he was already in a group. He was making beats on the, I didn't even know how to do beats. I just know how to write.
right.
So he was already banging on the doors, and we starting ciphers and stuff like that. But I was too shy. I was just listening, just like I told you I would listen to you. I ain't gonna join you right now. But yeah, that's how it was. Like I knew how to do it, but there was more advanced than me. I was doing like little school shit, you know what I'm saying, here and there, classroom things. But yeah, there was more advanced, so that motivated me to get the shyness out, get the self, the confidence up. So after a while, I joined them, and I started doing my thing. And then, say from being from the ranch, like 1 block away from me, and you also got to know that, I was also a ball player, only little Spanish nigga really dunking over there. So, I'm only 5'8", and I was
Michael Jordan.
I was for
Has
real.
some
And,
hops.
like that's why it's funny. Me and Pun was like the ones known for like that Air Goya thing, because it was like we had hops.
Yeah.
We had hops.
That
like,
shit is forever funny though, because it's like, when you look at that logo that they made,
with the little belly.
Yeah.
Jordan sound with the belly. Yeah, but he was really that. Like he was.
So he was good at basketball.
He was
Pun.
great at basketball.
Really?
We was all
Good
great.
shot?
It was only like 5 Spanish kids, and we was all nice. We had to be. You know what I'm saying? We had the Michael Jordans all day in
Right.
the block. You had niggas dunking backwards, and we like, oh shit, I want to be like them.
Yeah.
So we that's what we did. That's what I did.
So Triple says
He introduced me. Yeah, he came one day to my house to a rock up there. We knew each other like that. He woke me up 9 in the morning. Dude, they 2 dudes there, him and this dude with a Carhartt suit, talking about come down, twin, come down. I'm like, yo, my nigga, you just woke me up. What you doing? I'll be back down, be down. We used to play ball all day in the morning and go to the after school programs thing and really play ball. But yeah, he had Pun with him this time, and I knew Pun from the basketball court. Like I said, we knew each other from just playing
he was
ball.
athletic at the time, right? He wasn't
Very
big.
athletic. Yeah. So he was like 180, 185.
Right.
But he was still playing ball. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he came one day. That was the end. That was the beginning, actually, of our friendship. Like that day, instead of going to school, I went to his house. We played the Nintendo, the shit with the twister mat on the floor. He had me doing all that shit in his house. And yes, us as young, I was younger than them, so he just loved those things like games. He was already a family man at the time. He just had Amanda.
Yes.
Star.
Yes.
So it's just Liza and him in his house, and he was the only one out of the like us that had his own apartment already and was getting that cheddar. So and then he invited us to the crib, and I spent the whole week in his house.
Now, was he early on? Did he have a lot of guns in the house at that time?
Always had guns.
We'll bounce back and forth, and I don't want to go out of order, but we had Prodigy on. Prodigy's a homie to the show, and he was talking about how one time he went by Pun's house, and I guess he left his gun in the car, And Pun was like, yo, Prodigy, man, you got your gun on you? And then he's like, nah, man, I left it in the car. And he pointed, he said it was like 20 dudes. I don't know if you were in the room, if you remember that time. But he said, yo.
Yeah, I remember when they came.
He said, whatever, just say, yo, Steve, show him your gun. And he put out his gun. Yo, like show him your gun. Yeah. Yo, show him your gun. Show him your gun. He said, next thing you know, there was like 20 Spanish dudes with guns pointed at him. Not that they were going to do anything. He's like, yo, next time, don't ever slip up. Make sure you always carry your shit on you, Prodigy.
Yeah, but he wanted to let them know. We got
the drop on you.
We got you, but we got you because we love you.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're lucky we love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're lucky.
Exactly. Yo.
But he definitely, that was Pun all day.
Yeah,
That was him.
You know, we had Liza on, and Liza's a homie to the show. You know, it's funny because we love Pun, and we love what he contributed to hip-hop, and we love what, you know, you guys did as, you know, creating all this stuff with Terror Squad, et cetera, but, you know, we didn't realize of how much, you know, Pun had a lot of demons, and you know, the situations with him and Liza and all that other stuff.
Oh,
Did you realize that from a young age of hanging out with him? Yeah,
I knew that.
But there was only so much you could tell him, right?
That's why I can never say nothing to Liza in that, because I know the pain she went through. So I can't be fake just because we got a camera on us, dog. I can't do it just because I got a mic.
Yeah.
You know, I can't just try to protect like some other dudes would try to do. Like, oh, you know, and it's hard because it's like, that's my brother. But I know I always consider her my sister, but then again, that's my brother first.
Yeah.
So it's like, that was a real, like, neutral zone for me that I hated, being in a neutral zone, because at the end of the day, I know where Liza's coming from with. It might sound off like hate to most of the world, like when she did, you know, Still Not a Player, the documentary. Yeah. It looks like she was bashing Pun, you know, and all of that, and putting him out there like that. That's, you know, here. But I knew that was her therapy.
It's therapeutic, yeah.
I knew it was her, like, and I knew. That's why I could never say anything where it's like, yo, what you doing that to him? And she had every right to.
Are you guys still in contact?
Of course, that's my sister.
Do you feel like she was done wrong by Fat Joe? Because they both have their own accounts, but he feels like he gave her like her just due. But do you feel like he did?
If we didn't know him and we didn't start things together, I would think that he did what any businessman would do.
The right thing.
That's not the right thing.
He did what the
business. But you would think that a businessman would do the right thing, you know?
No, businessman's going to have their best interest.
Right, right. If we didn't start together. And if we didn't put this whole thing together.
Right.
And especially Pun wasn't.
Did you ever see Pun write for?
Of course, we all wrote for Joe.
Well, that's a
whole different thing, because it's like we now at that situation, that time we was really doing the crew,
right?
You know, that like the real think tank where we sit around and we think of the hottest shit, and if it's your turn to go and do an album, then we'll do this for you.
But you don't get no production credits for that.
That's the bad thing about everything.
Because
that's the shit that I know he used us, where the love. That you know that Love Is Blind word.
Sure.
That's when that became a thing, because at the end of the day, you know, we don't get paid for that.
Right. It's kind of like the same thing that
I haven't never got like I was in the Don Carter Jr. album in the front cover. I did like 3-4 songs in that album. The Terror Squad album, you know, I'm practically in every song there. But I never got a check from them niggas. I never in my life got a check from them.
What about Pun? He's not any
even there, even the first Year Baby. The Year Baby, even Capital Punishment, I'm a part of that. I never got no check from
what
that.
kept you pushing forward then if you wasn't being compensated?
The unity, man. That Spanish shit y'all kept talking.
Yeah, but he's loyal.
That's so Fritos, like a sunken place.
You see that shit y'all was talking? Spanish, they stick together.
Yeah.
That's what I had to learn right there.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's funny you say that, because loyalty, and I want to say this, don't, you know, even though you're older now, don't ever stop being loyal. But you be smarter, because I'm going to tell you why. The people that are loyal like you are cut from a different cloth. They don't exist anymore. People... You know, I even feel like, I don't want to bounce all over the place, but I even feel like personal as someone who watched the growth. I feel like you're such a loyal dude that you took a back seat to even see Pun flourish.
Of course.
You know, meaning like you knew like, yo, this dude, like I may be good, but he's really good right now, and I'm going to do whatever I could do to support him.
But that's how we started.
I know, but not everybody's like
life,
that, man.
Understandable. But see, where we came from, like me and Pun relationship was a whole different thing than me and Joe. Even though me and Joe got closer one time, And that's when the blindfolds over my eyes really came.
Sure.
Because that's when I started really like having love for him like that. Like, damn, man, this dude, you know, he put my brother on, man. He put me on. You know, he means good for us. Like, before it was a little wall there because I seen, you know, the dude that tried to split up a group that really came in together. But then I understood. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pun had that magic. All right, go first. No problem. Like, we never had a problem. Like, we the ones who told Pun. Pun was the one like, nah, I'm not leaving the group. You know what I'm saying? We had to tell Pun,
sure.
Yo, my nigga, just do it. And then we come after you. Don't worry. You're not going to forget about us. You my brother, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You my nigga. It doesn't matter. You shine.
Exactly.
You open the door for us. So we knew about that. And we also knew, like, I always knew that Pun was the one with the magic.
Sure.
He had it. He was not, you know, me, I always had, like I told you from the get-go, I was kind of shy. I didn't know how to build myself confidence through that. But still, that little, you know, you can't be like that. You have to, you know, Pun was that flamboyant, ghetto fabulous nigga, didn't give a fuck. Funny. You know, could command the stage, could grab attention. He had all of those qualities, so it was logical that he was the one.
But he didn't even see, you know, as time goes, and, you know, we'll go around and, you know, different situations we'll talk about, but he didn't. Do you remember a point in time where he saw what Joe was doing? Like, meaning, like,
yeah.
And did he ever tell you that?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, baby. Before he passed away, I mean, we had a conversation where, see, him and Joe had a 50-50 agreement.
Mm.
So, you know, basically it's a street agreement where it's like.
So it wasn't on paper?
It was on paper, but it was 50%.
Right.
Like, we didn't know better. You know what I'm saying? Managers get 20%. The best managers, Chris
Right.
Lighty, will get 20%. You know what I'm saying? Lawyers will probably get, you know, you know, whatever it is. But they had a 50-50. You know what I'm saying? He had no problem with that. Fuck it, shake it on it. He was getting 50% of everything Pun ever did.
That's crazy.
You got to understand that. So paid, when I say Pun paid his dues and then some, is that what I'm telling you. It's not that, you know, I hear him on an interview talking about Pun was rich.
Yeah.
If Pun was rich, you was richer.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand? So don't ever let that get to your head that, you know, Pun was getting treated fairly. He was getting treated fairly to the situations we came out of.
Well, keep in mind, and
which we appreciate it. Remember,
Right.
I'm not downplaying that because, you know, we both come from the hood and we say we partners 50-50, we 50-50. But then later on, you having all that business power and then you using that business power to get over on you,
Right.
then we're not 50-50. Now you just taking advantage of shit.
what did Pun say to you?
After he went double platinum with Capital Punishment, he tried to let's renegotiate, my nigga. Like, I've been put through hell.
Yeah.
To make it
Get
to
a better
heaven.
deal. Let me get a better
we got
deal.
all of us to heaven now. You know what I'm saying? We all
Right.
rich. I made you millions. I made Loud Record millions. I made you millions. I made myself millions. You know? But now let's renegotiate like every artist do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be 50. Let's drop it, my nigga. Let's drop it to 20, 25.
Yeah.
Joe had a problem with that. That's how the greed becomes the greed. And that's when you start noticing what you was in this shit here for. Not because the love we had, like we came up. Okay, now it was business between you and Pun, but he wanted that shit to be lower now.
Sure,
Let's lower it down.
Right.
You got a Terror Squad album deal. Did you make Pun part of that? Did he make Pun part of that Terror Squad? If y'all did think that, you're very wrong.
No, but I heard you say that, and I don't know how much Joe got, but I heard that he got
Well, he
a
got
couple of $1 million.
$10 million. Supposed to
And
be
how
half
much
10
did he
million.
give you from that Terror Squad deal?
That's a whole different
No,
thing.
I'm just saying, how much did he give you?
Oh, no, he gave me 10 G's.
Okay, how much did you give Pun?
15.
And Armageddon?
10 G's.
Triple Cess?
7,500. Prospect, 7,500.
He
Tony
didn't even
Sunshine.
break $1 million.
Tony Sunshine, nothing.
Nothing for Tony Sunshine?
Nothing. He was still paying his dues according to Joe at that time.
Wow.
He's-
He should be lucky.
Yo, honestly-
he was lucky that he was even in the album.
Yo,
That's
honestly,
how,
Joe is moving like an old school gangster. Like, you got to wet his beak type style, you know?
but you can wear that nigga's big.
No,
my
I'm
nigga.
just saying.
No.
Isn't that what it seems like?
Yeah, because Pun gassed him up when he named his fucking third album, Don Cartagena. Because Pun was the one who gassed him to be like, nah, be yourself, twin. You gotta come on, you a gangster, nigga. Fat Joe the gangster. You a Don now. You graduated. Like I was there when he broke it down. Pun made him
Pun
a gangster.
said that to Joe.
Of course. That's why he named his second album Don Cartagena, which Cartagena is his real last name. So he put the Don in front. I'm not no more gangster because the Don is bigger than a gangster.
Sure.
You understand? So Pun even directed him in his career of where to go to the next level.
So
And he never got a cent for that.
when he
know what I'm saying?
smelled something wrong, You know what I mean? When
That's
Pun
what-
smelled
that's-
something wrong. Did he pull you to the side, or
That's-
did you have a conversation with just you and him where
Exactly.
he's like... said-
That was the conversation. Me over lowering the percentage that he had to give Joe, which is no longer 50%, to lower it to like, you know, a regular fee now, 20%, something like that. And, you know, when you go to do business with somebody and you do the business, the lawyers do the business, but then they go tell you what. So you know that Joe is not budging from his 50. So now, you know, Pun comes to the personal side, which is like, yo, my nigga, you believe this nigga? Like, this nigga still think, you know, it's time to renegotiate. This nigga don't want to renegotiate. He wants to keep niggas on that type of level. You know what I'm saying? And he told me, yo, twin, you got my back, right? Because I know it might get ugly. I was like, nigga, no question. There's no question.
Do you think Fat Joe was afraid of Big Pun being bigger than him?
Well, that's something he got to probably look at his maker at the end of the day and probably confess. He's never going to tell y'all that, but I believe so. I believe so. You know, I believe through history, the archives of history, if you know Fat Joe and you've seen his career, you've seen that. You've seen it.
What, that he didn't want
I
to
think
be...
he loved. I think he loved Pun to not a non-business relationship. I think he loved them. You know, I don't know how he can separate that when you could literally like shit on somebody in a business way, but then love them in a personal way.
Right.
You know, you pay for his funeral and shit.
called bipolar.
So it's not called. It's called snake. That's what it is. Now you can make that a definition to the medical term.
I'm just saying.
That's not bipolar.
I'm-
You know, that's just a fucking fresh-faced snake-ass nigga.
Nah, you
That's
know
to me.
why? You know
That's
why
what it
too?
is.
You know why too? Because look, we're just speaking on facts of stuff that
Right.
is out there. Even Liza, like I remember when Liza was here, she spoke about that she was fighting loud for an advance, I think, on capital punishment that was supposedly just say like $50,000, and just say something like I don't remember what it was. It was about $50,000, and she found out that I think like he gave Pun $10,000-$15,000 and he took the rest and some other money went somewhere else. Finds out that Joe really got $75,000 when they went to court. This came out years later. Who the fuck would have ever know? She never went to court. That she
Well,
got.
that's the
You remember when she
shiesty
said
shit.
that she got $75,000? So here, and the funny thing is, I think he was going through some tax shit at the time. So Pun gave him that money back. Imagine somebody giving you. Like, yo, we got a deal for $50,000. Here's your cut.
You don't know what he
And
did
then
to me then. You don't know what he did to me when I
don't
got my
know.
Atlantic deal. I got my Atlantic deal, right? I got my own solo artist deal with Atlantic. Now, Terror Squad deal is separate from mine. My overall deal was $1.4 million, right? He's the middleman. I did my signing with him in the car, and I said, I trusted. That's after he put Pun on. It was my turn. I was in a little bit more. I got my he got me the Atlantic deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So through my Atlantic deal, that he got his Terror Squad deal. Through my first deal with Atlantic, right? So now he told me, yo, they gonna give you 1.4. I was like, hell yeah, man, let's do it. You crazy? 1.4, you know what I'm saying?
Dímelo.
He's like, yeah, we doing something good. Not to mention that before this deal, I did 80 shows in the street at $10,000 a pop. I made $800,000 on the street alone, and I was giving them 20%. And I got nothing.
That's what, as a manager?
Nothing. Yeah, it was a manager because that was the thing. It was, he's the manager, and then Flex was the road manager.
Okay.
So I was giving 30% of my money already.
So 20 to Joe, 10 to Flex.
Right. Now, that's without my deal. So I made already this man. I made that already got. He already did what he did with Pun. That he made money. My loyalty, I'm showing you through money. I'm earning. I'm an earner. If you're talking about you're a mobster, you're a gangster,
Sure.
I'm an earner.
Sure.
Before I even got a deal from Atlantic, I made $800 on the street. And so you got like about what, $150,000
You're a
from me?
soldier, man.
150 from the street for me. Me working, going to shows, working on my album. Like a mule I was working. Because I seen it. I got hyped up, of course. Pun hyped me up. He hyped me up. The whole team had me hyped up. 1.4 from Atlantic, get that deal. He tells me, yeah, my nigga, you're going to get $50,000 advance. I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Let's do the $50,000 advance. No, 70. My bad, 70. Pun got 50,000 from Loud Records. I got 70,000. It's around that area. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's all good.
50
It's
to
all
70,
good.
something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, just to put it in perspective, right? He buys me an NSX, a red NSX.
Oh, the Acura?
Yeah, right? Now, I don't know nothing where this shit's coming from. I'm thinking I earned my shit. This nigga love me. You know?
That's coming out your money.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you can put me a red NSX. I'm high. You know NSX is crazy.
Sure. I remember
at that time,
car,
right?
Yeah.
But, oh, my gosh, it was spanking. You know, I got 50,000 in my shit, in my pocket, with a check. From that 50,000, I sort of pun, because I knew, I know him and Joe have that 50% thing between him and Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he broke his back to even get me on, because sometimes I didn't even run around. Pun made me run around, just besides him being my best friend. So I told him, yo, whatever I ever do, nigga, you getting 25% of it. I ain't doing the 50% like Joe, nigga.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely giving you 25 for everything I do.
Yeah.
I got my check, cracked it open, gave him it was 50,000. I gave him $12,500. That's how I know it was 50,000. That's 25%. I gave him. He was sleeping in his living room like this. And I knocked, nobody answered. I opened the door, this nigga sleeping by his bedroom.
Who pun? You talking
Pun.
Yeah.
So I just ended with the envelope. He said, was this 20? He said, that's yours, nigga. Shit, I love you. And I ran out the door. Then after that, I took 5,000 and I gave Flex, which was our road manager, 5,000. Because I promised him I'll give him 5,000 if I ever get a deal. 5,000. So what I'm left with, right? You do the math. Maybe like 27, right?
You say 12.5?
Yeah, 12.5 and 5,
Okay,
so that's 17.5.
You left with 32.5.
All right, 32.5.
I think.
From that, I put a motherfucking down payment on my house that and if you seen that interview, you talking about he bought me a house. That fucking liar said that. That's right. So now I put my down payment. I'm the first nigga. He's right. I was the first nigga in Terror Squad with a house because I did it. I went through Chase Bank, and I got my own. The nigga, the actual manager from Chase Bank hooked me up with a foreclosure in Jersey.
Nice.
That I got. I did that on my own. Right. So now all of this has already happened. Blah. So now I'm back at work. I'm getting money because I'm working for my money. That money was spent on supposed to be my future. You know, my house. I had a wife and a son at the time. So I was thinking that way, at a young age. Now, when the problems start happening, he had a partner named Greg. Greg something.
Right.
Forgot his name. That was his partner in the Terror Squad deal. They fucking fell apart. They went sour. And then through him is how much I knew he had. And that's when you see this interview that he just did, talking about I gave Cuban $500,000. That's when you let a liar speak. When you keep letting a liar speak, he's going to tell you the truth.
You talking about the interview he did with Flex?
Right, that one. He said, I gave Cuban $500,000.
Okay.
And bought him a house.
What did he give you? He gave you $50,000.
Exactly.
And you bought the house with that $50,000?
Exactly. So what he meant, really, because a liar always comes out his shell, is that he got $500,000 from me.
Right.
And he pocketed. He pocketed $450 of my $1,000.
Yeah.
And then he gave me a gift out of my own money.
How nice of him.
Beautiful guy. Then he buys a NSX, which was a hoopty. Which is, I appreciate it at the time, but later on, if you knew what I'm talking about, it's like that shit had a clutch problem. That would never be fixed. It was a screw under the clutch. I paid 9 G's just to fix that shit 3 times in 6 months. So that shit was problems. I didn't know it was a fucking hoopty like that. He bought it from his man for $22,000, the NSX.
Not a used car.
So he couldn't even buy me a new one. He had a motherfucking... his man was going through trial. He needed to get rid of his shit, so he bought it from his man. I don't want to get a man's name up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
None of my business at the time. But he bought it from man for $22,000. So he bought it from that. So he gave me, you could say 77,000, right? Something like that. 72,000 from my own money. So he kept $430,000 from me.
That's crazy.
You understand the trickery
now,
of this business?
Didn't you? Well, take your soul.
Yeah.
Now, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's worse when you start something with somebody and you feel his family. For them to turn like that, they was probably always like that, but we didn't get to see that until later. And it's like, damn, we gave you the trust from the innocence of our morals. You know what I'm saying? The innocence. You could go through battles and you learn through the scars that you got to toughen up and never trust people again certain ways. But you had this pure thing of niggas that was so loyal
But
to
greed,
you, so
bro.
real
greed,
to you.
Greed gets to people, man.
That's what I'm trying to
But
say.
do you
But you had to have that already in you. You know what I'm saying? Which we didn't really recognize it because we felt so much family-like. That Spanish loyalty you talked about, that's what we felt, man. And then, like I said, us putting him in charge in a position to be the mediator between money and us, that was our downfall.
Yeah.
How come your lawyers couldn't help out with that?
Well, you got a lawyer one time, right?
We had our own fucking lawyer. We had lawyers. That's how loyal and stupid I was, really.
Right.
I had Carlos Pimentel, if you ever heard of him. He was a Loud lawyer. So I met him when Pun got his deal through Loud. I met Carlos, and he was always a guy that was firsthand thing. He was inspiring lawyer. He was coming up. So he was really doing the groundwork for Pun in a lot of ways. So I decided to put Carlos as my lawyer because I seen that in him. I seen that hard grind and work that he was going to do.
Right.
So I got him. But that was a mistake because Carlos now is involved in the whole Terror Squad circle.
He's like a mole.
Right. But he wasn't a mole. It was just that he could be controlled through fear. Later on, I learned that. You know what I'm saying? And he could be controlled because he was around us all the time. So he seen what was going on. He seen all the activity. So he didn't want to really cause no friction. And the lawyer, when they see something, it's supposed to cause friction. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if you're getting done wrong, they're supposed to be the ones to stick up for you.
Right.
And it's hard for him to really, I didn't know that. Like, I was trying to be loyal to the team. So I got caught up in that situation, me, by myself. Other artists had different lawyers. Pun had his own lawyer.
Was there an immediate shift in the dynamic between you and Fat Joe after Pun passed away, or was that something that was gradual?
It was really our relationship deterred because of his business practices. Like I took it was like, how much can I take? I seen this dude block. Like when I already had my deal and I was, already had Flowers for the Dead and still telling lies out in the radio. I seen people in the industry ask for me, be like, yo, I want Cuban to do the song for me. And they will be like, yo, I give him, deals that I put together.
Right.
And I'll go back and be like, yo, my nigga, listen, Flex, you tell Joe, it's already set. Them niggas gonna give me 25 G's to do a song and a fucking movie soundtrack. For any given Sunday, actually. Mm-hmm. I was supposed to do a song in there.
Really?
Next thing you know, I give them everything on a silver platter to just close the deal because I respect the business part of it. I'm not the business guy. I just put things together, if anything, and hand it off to the business dudes to close the deal. I made it easy for you. I'm supposed to get a fucking award for that. Because now you're getting 20%, I'm getting 10. I mean, the Flex is getting 10.
And you did all the
get
work.
Money.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm feeding, I'm taking a horse to the water. Next thing you know, this nigga Joe flips my whole business thing around. Now he's getting $75,000. He said, oh, we're not going to do it with just you. We're going to do it with the Terror Squad, $75,000. Don't worry, Q, I'll give you 5 G's, So now you just fucked up my $25,000 deal. You put everybody involved, which is something I was already used to anyway, because Cuban Link was hot since off the books.
Yeah.
So remember, the Terror Squad album came later. So I'm giving you deals, make me money, make y'all money. Now you made a $75,000 deal. You're giving me 5 G's. I'm getting probably 3 G's. Prospect 2 G's. Pun wasn't even involved in that deal. So you trying to keep 55 G's and split up 25?
But you never I know you said
yes.
But you never stepped up and
of
said, what
course
the fuck
I did.
And what do you say?
You going dolo. You a greedy nigga telling me that. That's what the response. And it was just him by himself that he got Flex involved. So now I got 3 motherfuckers be like, yo, you can't be greedy. This is about the team. So this is what I had to deal with.
You can't fuck up this system.
Basically, you can't be me. And I was never trying to be him because I split my. The reason he was extra mad at me is because the whole camp was happy with me. His whole team.
Right.
The niggas that was TS niggas they loved me.
Macho
we was breaking bread.
What about Macho?
Macho loved me.
Yeah.
Macho loved me, but he was more of a yes man.
Yeah.
So I didn't want his love.
Yeah.
Because I know Macho since he was in Jew Man.
Yeah.
Selling sneakers, and he was always a cool guy.
Shout out to Jew Man, that's classic.
Of course,
You're going back.
So I know his father, I knew his whole family. We come from the same cloth like that. We used to go shop in his store,
Yeah.
So Macho and me had a long relationship, but it was always love. It was about friendship and not too close. But, when he came into the Terror Squad, because Joe didn't want to have him in the beginning. See, that's something I didn't even know either. We could stay here for days.
What happened?
See, Mach came in, in a situation.
Now, for people who don't know, Macho was a Terror Squad manager.
The sweat dryer on Joe. Remember, you ever seen him in videos? He was wiping Joe's.
Right.
No, he was more than that. He was
the water boy.
Wasn't he his manager or something?
It was baloney smoker, man. That's what he was.
You heard what he said his job was.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you know, it was what it was. That was his job. But then he climbed up a little bit.
Okay.
You know, I'm disappointed in Macho. That's why I speak of him like that, because that's the truth. What I'm telling you, but it's more to him than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Macho was in a real snakish situation with Joe. You know,
so he's not around them no more.
We didn't see. I don't know if he is. I mean, he probably got lost in his ass. Yeah. So
what was this? What was the situation?
The situation was that Pun passed, right?
Okay.
Now, Tony Sunshine and Remy was signed to Foundation Records.
Okay.
And after Pun passed, you know, Liza became the one who controlled that. So now, what Joe did was start a company called Mach Entertainment. That was coerced by Joe to Macho, between both of them.
Right.
Right? So he started something called Mach. You see Mach start wearing this little Mach Entertainment chain. He was like, oh, you got your own label? You know what I'm saying? We're like, we didn't know at the time what the fuck they was conspiring. I didn't know
what's going on there.
So now, this nigga, he started his shit, whatever, a little label. Anybody can start a label. But he started a label. That always seemed peculiar to me. Liza wasn't on top of her business. Like, she should have, because she had a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? Which was understandable at the time, but at the end of the day, business is business. Remy and Tony Sunshine was looking for their shot too. You know what I'm saying? That was under this record label. So that's when you started seeing Joe going to Remy and Tony on a low. I witnessed these conversations. And, you know, they was kind of iffy about their career, because now it was like they signed with Pun, not Liza.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I seen the manipulation that Joe did of taking, because now it's going to look crazy if it's really looked in the big spectrum and saying, yo, this nigga's snakish, trying to take money. Because I see it now. It's like you took money out of Pun's family's mouth. You know, because you didn't want to work with Liza or whatever personal problems you had. So what you did, you did what every disgusting agent would do. Go to each athlete and whisper something in their ear. Yo, I could do this for you. I could do this for you. They're going to believe you because you're in front. You're the front.
You're shining.
So he snatched them like that, signed them to Mach Entertainment, and then I guess did a deal with Liza. With that, that's I think he gave, I don't know how much he gave actually. I don't know the number. I don't want to record it. For he said, yo, listen, you're not gonna do nothing with Tony and Rem. I'll buy them all for you.
And like their trade, like their sneakers. Or
right. Which is only business.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But the way you went about it, right?
Yeah.
You lowballed them. Why would you do that to a nigga that made you?
Yeah.
Like why would you have to use those tactics for that? Like, you know what I'm saying? If it was family like that.
Yeah.
Especially at this moment, because he was blaming that Fat Joe was lost. He was getting drunk every day at Jimmy's. If you see that once again, if you go back to that interview, he'll tell you he was lost. He didn't know what to do. But you knew enough right there that you was gonna steal your brother's fucking bread and butter from his wife after he passes. You knew that much, right? So come on, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's sad too. I think like a lot of the being that social media is so big now. They hear all these stories from you. You've been around. You spoke on a couple of different places, and some people will look at you.
The difference is my story never changed.
No, but here's the thing: some people will look at you. Unfortunately, this is how social media.
And I'm the fucking hater.
As a hater,
I'm the hater.
And you know what? And from getting to know Liza and knowing her story and how passionate she tells, she's speaking the same type of language.
Right.
But the problem is, and I realize this, even being from like a neighborhood kid and being like in a couple of situations myself, not music business, like regular street shit. The person who's shining, the person who's got money, the person who's in front line, people believe them.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they're
fans of their music, which is understandable.
No, not only fans, just because they're not looking at what Cuban Link is doing right now.
They're
seeing Joe all the way up, everything's moving. Let me tell you something, man. Somebody who's built their name up, smell good, looking good, out there, and for the people to see.
Yeah.
They'll believe them more than they'll believe you. And you know what their first word will be to you? Well, he ain't relevant no more. That's what they'll probably try to say to you.
Of course.
They try to dismiss what you're saying.
Of
But
course.
you know what? Why the fuck would you be sitting here time and years after years
For what?
Right.
For what?
talking about what happened?
And if I could have did, and let's just get this clear too. Also, like when I got at Joe, like through mixtapes and all of that. See, that's a situation that, again, I try to keep it as real as I could. We're gonna go both our ways. I already got the cut in my face, right? We know what it is. You know, we spoke one time.
Did he apologize?
Well, he just took no blame for it. He said, yo, you know I didn't do that to you, right? I said, no, I know you wouldn't do that to me.
Wasn't it like a snowball effect though? Like he caused the commotion that caused the fight.
If you from the street, you know what happened. You know,
Right.
if you know what happened, which basically is like, okay, you swung at me first. I was trying to stop a fight. You swung at the dude first, then you turn around, you swing on me. I get up, I swing, and I'm beating you. When I'm beating you and I punch you like 3 times in the face, somebody does that to me. Cool. Things like
Slices
that
your
happen.
face.
But this is how real it gets, though. Things like that happen. I know. It's cool. No problem. But now, after all of that happens, I know you didn't do it to me, twin. You know, you wouldn't do that to me. I know you wouldn't. All you got to do is just tell me who did it. Because I know you know everything. Because that's what you always give yourself credit for. You know it. You know, when they stole your car and, they had it in Brooklyn, you found out where it was, you got it back. I know for a fact that you know who did it. Me and you got no problems. Just let me know who did it. I don't know who did it. Okay, cool. That's the first thing. I know where your brain is at now. My mind went militant after that. I already know how these whole games is played. Oh, you can't find out for me either? And I gave you ample time to just find out. You my brother, right?
Sure.
You're supposed to be my nigga. Regardless, me and you can fight.
Sure.
But the next nigga step in, you know what we do, nigga? We beat them both up together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what happened that day. You can't tell me. You can't give me a present maybe. And I don't know.
Well, there were rumors.
Show me a picture of the nigga that did that, and maybe he has a scar on his face too. You can't do that. I thought you was real like that. You a gangster. So I know what's happening now. Now I know what's happening, and you should know what's happening.
Right.
So now I go, okay, cool. He offered to take me to Switzerland to get to get a reconstruction surgery on my face for $17,000.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, he's still paying you from your money.
of course. If I would accept it, I told him to shove that shit up his ass. So I said, nah, I guess I'm the real.
But why Switzerland?
Cheaper.
No, the best doctor from Switzerland.
Okay,
That's what he said.
yeah.
He didn't want to send me to Switzerland. The best doctor. He already had the doctor, the fee, $17,500. That's what he was going to charge me. Charge him. So this is a letterhead he wrote. From his lawyer. I got it. Once you sign on the dotted line, you can never, ever speak about the situation again.
Gag
Gag
agreement.
order.
Gag order, right? So I told him to go, suck balls, right?
What if he would have gave you some money and the surgery?
I didn't want no money. All I wanted you to do is just point me out to the nigga who did that.
Well, like
That's
sometimes
easier. That
street
should be
justice-
easier than money.
No, because then God forbid something happens to you, and at the end of the day,
That should have been kept indoors. That's why I thought it was gangster shit.
Yeah.
We keep those things indoors, but it happened in a public place.
right?
But the reason I'm telling you this is because gangster niggas do it like I just did it. All you gotta do is tell me. I would have never been talking about this if you would have told
Why
me
did
who
he
did
swing on you? Because he swung on someone else, and then
it. Well, we already had parted ways businessly. We already had a discussion. We skipped the discussion in the
Yeah,
lawyer's office.
just so
We
people
skipped-
know.
we
Just so
skipped
people
that.
know, this was Angie Martinez' listening party, right? Wasn't that, or what was it?
Shit, I'm getting hot in here. What?
What was it?
Yeah, that was her album release.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was, and that was at the legendary. What was that called?
Jimmy Bronx.
Jimmy's. Yeah. So
That's a fucking conspiracy in that whole Jimmy shit too. Niggas got cameras of that. You think Joe got into the nigga and stopped him from doing shit like that?
There was rumors
Showing him
growing up
shit?
that you did something with his wife, and that's why this whole thing ensued.
Oh yeah, I banged her everywhere else. Yeah, I did.
I could see you in that time doing
Yeah,
that.
fucked her in the mouth, everything. Yeah, that's what Cuban does. Yes. Come on, man. I would have never did that. I never.
Yo, that's
was
one thing
always
I
been
heard
a
you
rule,
say.
man.
I heard you say
Never.
that you probably fucked someone's girlfriend,
Yeah.
but never.
No, first it was Liza. I was banging Liza.
Oh, that's
and
what they thought.
then I banged his girl because they couldn't find it. They couldn't stick because
Yeah, that's
So I was that disgusted because they have to justify now why I got cut in my face.
Right.
Yeah.
You have
So you
to
guys
justify.
already had problems because you had split, and then when you ran into each other at Angie's listening party, was it just like an immediate like You just knew that it was a problem?
I didn't know it was a problem. I was, remember, we still have to see each other.
Right.
Yeah, you're in the business.
And Angie's my friend at the time, I'm thinking. She's your friend.
So
I
now
have
you
no
don't
problem
think so?
you being here. The whole terror squad was there. So at the end of the day, it was like, if it's real love, it could get resolved.
Right.
If it's not, then I guess we got to do what we do as men, you know?
Yeah.
And now me getting caught up by the blind side where, he starts a fight with somebody else, or they fight, and I'm trying to stop it. I'm trying to stop it.
Somebody that
it's
was
not like
with
I'm over
you,
here
right?
trying to.
Somebody that was with you.
I don't even want to say the
Okay,
guy's
no
name. I
problem.
already said that shit 1,000 times.
No problem.
So it's just like, I had to fight my man because of that, because I said his name so many times. Because he got like, oh, you put me in this shit.
Yeah.
The truth, but it's still, what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I understand now. But at the end of the day, it's just like,
So Joe sees you, comes over.
you don't see nothing.
No,
we get on stage together.
Okay.
We started doing me, another artist, and Angie. We did live at Jimmy's.
Okay.
You remember that little merengue joint?
Yes.
Right.
So we did that one on stage, and then Joe was coming up to do a song with her. Also, he looked mad. I ain't on in front. I slapped him in the ass. What's up, kid?
Like some baseball
I see
shit?
Macho like this in the sidelines.
Oh, okay.
Like with his eyes, he was scared. But right there, I already knew something was funny when I see Macho like that. So whatever. I just say, you know what? This niggas is mad. Okay.
Right.
Then, I'm chilling in Jimmy's, still dancing, chilling, drinking. Next thing you know, my man comes to me and tell me, yo, this nigga Joe looking at me funny. But they already had their little thing too. So I was like, my nigga, don't start nothing because I know
Yeah,
niggas.
leave it alone, yeah.
Leave it alone right now because I know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Thing.
yeah, it could just
could
go
get
different.
ugly.
Yeah,
It
it
could
could
get
go,
ugly.
because right now no feelings is not right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling him, leave it alone. Next thing you know, I'm dancing over there with a chick, chilling, having a good time. Everybody from the Terror Squad already said what's up to me, everybody. So I was just like chilling. I was just chilling, And then next thing you know, I see these two niggas looking at each other eye to eye, like about to fight. So now I immediately go over there and be like, yo, my niggas, chill. Stop that bullshit. Don't do this. Angie's party. Mad people in here. Leave it alone. Take care of that. When I'm saying all that shit, pop. Joe, decides to swing on him.
Just like that.
Just like that. Boop. He goes, over the railing, and I'm looking at him like, God damn.
Wow.
And I'm not snuffing Joe for that. I was really a one-on-ones, but it's just something that happened. What do you think? I'm going to snuff Joe? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was not even in my mind. But now I'm looking over here, and then I look like this, and this nigga already coming with a punch for me. So he hit me too. I'm like, oh, shit. They can hit me too. I spring back up on my feet. I was like, on the way up, already know in my head is like, okay, kill.
Right.
Yeah.
Jason. Straight for his jaw. Blah, blah, blah. I hit him with like 3. He's doing the fucking walk backwards. And then the guards grab me, and he's like this, and they grab him. Now, when they grab him and they grab me, I'm still like this. I'm like, motherfucker. My aim is over here. So somebody in the back, besides the fucking guards that was holding me, somebody in the back. I even heard the gem star. I
Was
even
it
heard
box
that.
cutter?
It was, it was box
Orange
cutter.
joint?
I even heard that. To this day, I remember going. But my mind was so much in here that I didn't want to look
Yeah,
back.
the adrenaline.
Yeah. So next thing you know, I felt like this, but I'm thinking it's the guards like holding me back, and so I'm feeling this shit. But I'm like, still caught up with that. Then after that, then all of a sudden the fucking Jimmy's bouncers started pushing me with their bodies like out the door. I'm like, fuck y'all niggas is pushing me. So I'm starting beefing. Y'all niggas is pushing me out the door for motherfuckers. Like I know these niggas.
Yeah.
So now they pushing me out the door to the back. I get out the back and I look down and I seen like my shirt with blood. That's how I knew I was cut. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I look at myself, I ain't look at myself yet, but I'm like this. I said, I don't know, when I'm checking myself, I'm getting comes. He said, yo, what happened to him? Like I seen his face, like he saw a ghost. And I said, yo, niggas cut me? I got something in my face? He was like, yeah, nigga caught you, man. And I looked at him. And my first intention was to like just rock him.
Yeah.
Like I know my mind at that time, I felt it like just let me rock this nigga right now, because first it's like Joe, I gotta fight with Joe. You Joe's man. My mind went there. He was like, yo, my nigga, I just got here. He said that, and I was like, don't worry about it. Go ahead, my nigga. And then when I did that, I took off my shirt. He went that way. I put my shirt on my face, and pulls up, the cherry Benz. And that was Remy.
Okay, nice.
So Remy comes in. It was like, yo, what the fuck? He said, come on, let me take you to the hospital. She the one who took me to the hospital.
That's crazy.
Man. Once actually, you know what? Let's after that story, man. Let's take a quick break.
Now I
man.
gave you that was.
Let's take a quick. Listen, grab your Malta. You drink Malta?
I love Malta, but I'm on a diet right now.
Listen,
that shit got too much
grab
sugar.
your Malta. Grab your Pernil. Roll up an L. Break up a blunt backwood. Grab something to drink. Grab a Cisco. Whatever it is. Internets, we'll be right back. Listen, Cuban Link's in the building.
Real nigga shit.
Cheer. Internets, we told you before, and we're gonna tell you again. Download the College of Hip Hop app today.
Right now.
I'm telling you right now, it's an official app. It has a lot of information out there. And we told you, if you want to learn about stuff, here's the thing. Some of you may be out there and know about hip hop. We live hip hop. But here's the thing. If you could learn something new every day, then you're going to grow.
That's right.
So if they could teach you something, and I like what they're doing over there with the blog, they got a lot of interviews, they got contractual agreements, they got different type of stuff. So listen, go check out the app, download it today, let us know what you think, give us a shout, add us, let us know what you think. But listen, College of Hip Hop app, we fuck with them, we want you to fuck with them.
That's right.
Go download that app today. Now let's get back to the show.
Ow.
Cheer. Internets, and we're back sitting here with Cuban Link, man.
Ow.
The one and only Cuban Link. Now, I don't think you said it before, but what is the best place in New York City or in the world, in the USA, that makes Cubans, you know?
His house.
No, I'm saying if you had to go to a store.
I don't really know of a. I don't even eat Cubans. Yeah,
No, you
I
don't
go to
fuck with
Jersey. Yeah, in Jersey.
Okay, Jersey got
In
good
Bergen
Cubans?
Line, yeah.
Okay.
It's a little joint, I think, 16th Street in Bergen Line in Union City. Yeah, they got the
Internets,
bomb.
if you're out in Union City, check that out for a Cuban.
Those are real Cubans, though, over there.
I fuck with the real Cubans.
Yeah, the real Cubans, you know. I haven't met a non-Cuban that really makes actually Havana's in the Bronx.
Okay.
Makes a cool one.
Okay.
But I like that original, the original Cuban sandwich. They got a different bread. I think they got pita bread on it.
Yeah.
But it's nice little fusion Cuban spot in Havana's.
There you go. Listen, Cubans. If you're looking for a Cuban, hit that up. But I want to get back to. First of all, I want to get back to even the part of me saying how unappreciated or underrated you were. Right. First of all, from what I remember and what the world I know remembers, lyrically you were nasty. Let's talk about off the books.
Yeah,
how did that come about?
That was Pun with the pressure. That was him saying, "Yo, you got to come with me." And I was like, nah, my niggas, at the time, Joe was saying, yo, you don't bring these niggas all the time. Like, you don't have to bring them all the time.
You used to do some extras. That's how he's trying to make it feel?
Well, yeah. Like, remember, he didn't want us really to be, so, like a group at the time. But we still punched
homies.
Twins and shit. Mm-hmm. So, he'll take us everywhere. But, at that point, it came to a point, like, he was, like, sitting down with Pun and he tell him, yo, you don't got to bring these niggas everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending you to these places so you could do your thing, not for everybody to. So it was things like that. And I was already in the mood. I was like, my nigga, just do it. I know you got to walk a certain type of thin rope right now. You got to do it. And when you get there, then we there for you.
You took the cut.
Right. But Pun didn't care. Pun was like, come on, you coming. I don't give a fuck. So that was one of those moments that he brought me and Sage with him. Because actually, he was getting ready in the morning. We got up early that day and we started like writing. He finished his rhyme. We helped him a little bit with the rhyme, but Pun was a monster himself. We would do the open think tank and things like that, but Pun would just say shit out, and then gas us to be like, "This is the shit." So he kept everything he really said. So it made it look like we was really helping him, but it was really him just having an audience to hear his lyrics. So he finished that up, and then we got to Juju's crib. He had a duplex in Queens and Corona at the time. So him and Les is there. He had the studio in the duplex. And we was just there, man. He played us the beat. Played us the off the books beat. And Pun fell in love with it. We fell in love with it. We loved all them strange beats because we was horrorcore. Before we started really getting, we loved the Grave Diggers and all that shit. We loved the horrorcore shit, the real dark shit, because that was the thing at the time. But they played us that beat, and we said, this shit crazy. It was a fast tempo. We loved that. And Pun, he finished up. He switched up at the end some certain words. He had like maybe 4 bars he had to work with after we left his house. So he told me, "Yo, twin, right, like eight bars, and right after that, and just say with Punisher, pass it." And he told me to come in like that because his last word. If you heard Toe to Toe, if you heard the me and Veronica joint with him, we'll come off each other's words.
Sure.
That's the thing we used to do back then. So you just come off with Punisher, pass it, and after that, just write 8. Just write 8. And he told Sace, Just right around, twin, right around. So Sace really had 16, right? So like he just stuck us in there. You know what I'm saying? He told Juju and them, he said, yo, they gonna spit 2 right after me. I want Cube and I want a lyrical, LA used to call me, lyrical assassin. So I want LA really to come after, you know what I'm saying, me, and then, you know, that's how we always do it. We do it like that. So he made it like a package shit.
Sure. And what'd they say?
They was like cool with it. It was like, hey, just, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna say anything, but it's their record. And they have to present it to the company, and you know how that goes. So if it's something they don't like, they're going to erase it anyway, so might as well give them more content. So we did it. You know, he spit, Pun spit, I spit right after him, the same rhymes you heard. Say spit right after me. And then, actually, they didn't have their vocals yet. Juju and Les didn't have their vocals yet, but they loved it. They loved it. And we left out of there. Next thing you know, what was it? Maybe like a week later, Pun gets a call, and they told him we had to erase Sace's verse because it was too long.
Really?
Yeah, because it was too long. The song was too long. You know what I'm saying? So they managed to keep me, and the reason they kept me is because I already came in with the Punisher pass it right after Pun.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's it, Punisher. So I came in with it, so it flew like it was Pun's one verse. So it went so smoothly. Thank you.
And it was nasty too.
Thank you.
You know, I heard the story, and you tell me if it's true. And I hate to keep on harping on Joe, and I'm not trying to. It's just we're speaking more.
Yeah, let's get it straight too, man. After all these years and all that, it's not about hate. Where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a truth side of things, and a real nigga side of things. So it might collide when I'm telling you a story and my real feelings come out, but it's not really out to hate or to try to lie to make myself look bigger. It's not that. I'm telling y'all straight, sharpshooter's truth. So, you know, take it how you take it. But I'm just letting y'all know that.
Most definitely.
So you could bring them up. Like I said, man, it's like, I know Joe did a lot of things for the hip-hop culture. You know what I'm saying? He's noticed as one of the legends for the Spanish community also, that, you know, one of the Spanish rappers that really made it out there and became extra big. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But
yeah, of course. But the reason why I say that for is because, you know, I heard a story, and you tell me, you know, what's you know, if it's true.
Yeah.
But when Off the Books came out,
yeah,
you and Pun, it was like one of the first times I think you heard yourself on the radio.
Wow.
We're going crazy, like, yo, you hear us, you hear us. And you turn to the right, and you look at Fat Joe, and he looked disgusted.
Yeah, he looked at like, that happened in Forest Avenue, right across the street from Forest Projects in the bodega. Showbiz, everybody was out there. It was like we was just chilling a regular day. We went back to the hood and we was just chilling. And we all gathered up there. Showbiz had the white Mercedes drop convertible. He was actually playing it from there. He was listening to Hot 97 from that, from his car. I think Law Finesse was there. Everybody, all DITC, most, you know, all of them, they were there. We was just kicking it in the corner out of nowhere. Flex just started throwing bombs and shit and playing the Off the Books record. And we was like, oh shit, they playing our song. So, you know what I'm saying? It was me and Pone just giving each other dab, like, oh shit, yo, we on radio, nigga, we on the radio. So, you know, it was really our first time. And yeah, when I turned to the side, I seen Joe kind of disgusted. And, you know, I knew why, really. Like, my perception of that, why he looked like that, is because I wasn't signed to him yet.
Right.
So it was like I'm using his avenues to get on, and
he's not eating.
And he's not eating. I understood it later. In the beginning, it felt like, yeah, this nigga's hating him. That's before I really got to really like him. It was like I said, like when I signed my deal that little year, like we became real close and stuff like that. So that I got that out of my mind, and you know all the hatred shit that I know he did, because I know he was protecting maybe his shit. Some niggas act like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people act like that, and I thought that would stop when really I signed to you. I showed you my loyalty, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went through all that. You seen all that. You probably thought it different than me, that I'm a user and I'm trying to get on through your strength just to, you know, be me.
Sure.
But then after I
made
signed
your bones.
I made my bones. That's something I was proud of, that maybe you could be proud of me.
Sure.
Right.
And be like, yo, he's part of our team for real.
Yeah,
This
but
nigga could have left. I know he got offered other deals, and he never did.
That didn't happen.
So that didn't happen. So then, you know, that stood always in my head, like, yo, this nigga here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even I'll show you another situation. Even when we had when Pun passed away and Flowers for the Dead came out, and Still Telling Lies came out. Like even that, we had a conversation. He was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna put you on and drop your album. You can live off Pun." Even through that, it's like, are you serious?
Damn.
Like you trying to say if you put me on now, oh, my album's gonna sell because I'm talking about my brother, and I made a song for my brother.
Let me ask you
Like,
something.
he didn't want to. He wanted me to come out with like a song that just defines who I am, which is understandable if you put an encouragement in behind me. But don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, because, nigga, you're the first nigga. You the nigga that had $1 million bond with Steve Rifkin after my brother died, and y'all split $1 million because he had life insurance on him.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. So I seen where that hate was real strong, and it kind of blinded me. Like I said, I was in the middle of, like, purgatory with him with that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how can you hate a nigga that's in your team so much and a nigga getting you money?
Do you think he resented you because you and Pun were so close?
It had to be something. It had to be that. It had to be, I don't know.
Who knows?
And I'm Cuban. Like, he's half Cuban and Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So he should be proud. Like, half of his
Right.
culture is making him proud. And then Pun being Puerto Rican, that completed the whole cycle about
Right.
you have one of the illest Cuban rappers and you got one of the illest Puerto Rican rappers.
Yeah.
We completed your cipher.
Listen, we can't step
you know.
over Flowers for the Dead without. Well, let me tell you something.
That was
First of
crazy.
all, how the fuck did you make that? How many times did you break down making that? That's first of all.
My brother, I wrote that before Pun passed.
Really?
That's word of everything I love. I
Why?
changed 8 bars because I wanted to make a song in my album. See, I wanted to make my album like Universal, that 24K. I wanted to hit every emotion.
Which is
you know what I'm
classic.
saying? And thank you. I just made a song to salute the fallen soldiers. You know, it was a song like I always used to love Gangsta Lean. The song, you know what I'm saying? Gangsta Lean. You know what I'm saying? So I used to love the emotion behind that. So I'm just a nigga like I get deep into my. I had to show the world how deep I could get. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to like real feelings and things like that. So I decided to make a song. It was called Flowers for the Dead. You know, I got the boy Domingo.
Yeah. First of all, that guy killed the hook.
Yeah, and
Let
I
me
wrote
tell you
it.
something.
I wrote it and I coached him
Really?
through it. He's a salsa singer.
Let me tell you something. That hook is so powerful.
It's very
That's
powerful.
still to this day.
Very powerful.
That still to this day, that song gives me chills. That's why I say
Because it embodies that beat, that
it
young
is
and
a-
restless beat, and
Yeah.
and that fucking hook. It was a marriage, and it feels like it feels to this day like the spirits is coming out. That song.
one of the best tributes to in hip hop, particularly for someone passing away. You know what's so funny? I screenshotted a couple of comments from YouTube because there was so many dope and funny, awesome, just real. But I got to read to some of these comments that they put on the Flowers for Dead. So somebody wrote, back in the years 2000 to 2007, this was the national funeral song for Puerto Ricans in Philly.
I could have did a
New
whole
Jersey,
funeral tour.
New
I
York.
swear, I could have did it a whole funeral tour. Like you know, it was crazy like that.
Yeah,
In every funeral you go to that I've been through,
Yeah.
and I've been through many. That is the main song playing in people's like inside. Nowadays they do the wake and they put the little boombox there for some people.
Right.
I seen that, like they put Flowers for the Dead and I'm there like,
Yeah.
and I get kind of like
Choked
you know,
up.
Well, not even choked up, kind of embarrassed.
Yeah.
I don't
Because
think it's
like,
embarrassing.
I know it's not. It's not. But me being like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just, you know, that.
I think it's dope that you could have a song that could connect with, especially like our urban generation and a different, you know, of clout of person, you know, like.
Yeah, but my intentions to go there is not, like I come from an era where there's no music. You're supposed to don't even play music in your house for 7 days.
Right.
That's where I come from. So when I go there, it's to pay respects and to send off the body, you know what I'm saying, with our spirit world and embody that sadness and try to find a way, of course, to make it, you know, to get us to move on again. You know, that's how deep
Right.
that's to me. And when I come from. So when I see it nowadays, I mean, funerals are insane, but you know, when I hear music and all that, it's not wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just me. I feel awkward. That's all. It just makes me feel awkward because I don't come from that.
Yeah, no, I get that. One second, I want to still go over some of these YouTube comments under Flowers for Dead. Like I was saying before, if Pun hadn't died, Terror Squad would have taken over. They could have been like a Spanish Wu-Tang. Somebody else asks, why isn't this on Apple Music or Spotify? That song, Flowers for Dead.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, first of all, I don't own the rights to that. Remember,
Okay.
Atlantic Records is the one holding the rights to that to this day. You know, and those are songs that, you know, if I would do it, then, you know,
Somebody
they
else,
won't even let it go. They'll probably
Yeah.
put a stop to it.
who knows? Somebody else wrote, Fat Joe knew that either Cuban Link or Triple Sess were going to be bigger than him. That's why he let them go in the first place.
Yeah.
Somebody else wrote, this is one of, if not the greatest tribute in hip-hop history. It's right up there with Crossroads and I'll Be Missing You. Cuban also did 2 other great tributes.
Yeah. Hey Mama.
Yeah.
Hey Mama. You know.
Yeah.
Hey Mama's deep to me.
Liza kind of said when she was here that they felt like, you know, Pun knew that his time was coming or something was like there was a shift. Did you feel that?
Nah, I didn't feel that because I seen the weakness in him, like I never seen before. Like we was playing ball one day and he fell and he was like he didn't get up, you know. He was already heavy to the point where, because we used to play ball, he used to be like 500 pounds, still fucking doing a finger roll and doing fucking like skinny nigga moves.
Right.
He was still doing crazy shit. He'd fall down. He always fall down because he likes to pump the ball under the basket and go like this, so the shit'll spin from one corner and goes in. So, you know, when he fell that time and he didn't get up, I had to help him get up. He never used to ask for help. That's the only weakness I ever saw from my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Didn't you say that he had a hospital bed in the studio or something?
Not
like
a
that?
hospital.
Not a hospital. A bed.
A bed. In Sony Studios.
And you checked him on that, you know.
Right. I checked him in many things.
Now let me ask you.
Did you ever check him about his weight?
Yeah, of course I did.
Well, that's what he was saying because he had a bed. Why did he have a bed in the studio?
Oh, because he wanted to be so comfortable. He didn't want to go in the booth no more. He put the mic right there. He said, just like this. He'll put the mic just like this, just like I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And he'll spit his vocals.
And you checked him on that because you said it wasn't right.
I checked him on everything. I was the annoying friend that didn't go along with nobody. I was that nigga. I was him.
But Pun was tough. You know, like you couldn't like tell him certain things, right? Did he ever feel like he listened to you at all?
No, he never listened to me. As much as I argue with him, he would think he's always right, and that was a problem. That was always a problem. Always, since I knew him, though.
Yeah.
I could be right, and then nigga will spin this shit to make himself look right, and then he'll get niggas around me and be like, you see, he's wrong, right? And they'll be like, yep, yeah, he's wrong, you're right.
Never coming.
And I'll be like, I can't help nothing.
Never coming back around and saying, you know what, you were right on that.
Yeah, he did that a couple of times to me.
Okay.
He did that.
Now, did you feel he had too many yes people around him as he got bigger?
Of course he did. It's fucking.
Was he like Fat Joe where he thrived off of those kind of people? Being that you were the only one.
Well, Joe didn't like too many. Well, he got his own yes men, but it was different type of yes men.
Right.
Like, you know, Pun had the little groupie niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like yes men. You know, like that's different.
What kept you from becoming one of those people?
Because I know him. That was my brother. I got to know all your trickeries. I know all the shit you're going to pull. You know that I'm going to tell you, fuck you. It don't matter how much money you got.
Right.
Because you know me. And I want the best for you. Bottom line, I just want the best for you. So I'm not saying this just to argue like you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this because I really disagree with you. I'm not saying it just to be making a scene.
And that was your brother. So it was him, just so I know, and the internet's no listening. So from Terror Squad, it was, when you look, even though it was Terror Squad was one family, it was still, there was cliques. So for instance, it was you,
Full
Pun,
of clips, right?
you, Pun, Armageddon. So who was the closest?
Me, Pun, Says, Tony Sunshine.
Meaning together. Meaning like.
We all came together. Tony Sunshine came through me and Pun.
Yeah, but were you brothers like that?
In the beginning, yeah.
Okay.
That was my little brother.
Okay.
I could say that. Back then, he was the nigga always hanging with me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Prospect, another of my little brothers. A nigga came from the block, same block.
Armageddon came from Joe.
Yeah, Armageddon and Keith Nutt always was with Joe before we even entered the picture.
They had their own group, right?
No, it was Terror Squad, but that was Joe's first Terror Squad.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was Armageddon and Keith Nutt.
So looking back, and I definitely want to hear your I'm going to mention, you know, people from Terror Squad,
Right.
and just give me your thoughts on them.
Okay.
You know, even, you know, what's up with Triple Sess?
Triple J is a good brother. You know, that's my dude. You know what I'm saying? Forever. I argue with his ass too, because he does dumb shit too, but, you know, I wouldn't argue with him if I didn't love him. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he's somebody that I owe, me and Pun owe, you know what I'm saying, this rapping career really to because he motivated us.
Yeah.
And he put us together to where we understood like hip hop we could make something out of his rhyming shit. You know what I'm saying? So he took it serious from the get. So, and he inspired. He was there to push us to really get the best of us.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's always gonna be like that.
Nice.
I'm always gonna look at him like that.
What about Prospect?
Prospect, little dude that was around that was from my block, you know, from the hood that he had that swag, you know, he had that swag. His cousin was always close with Pun.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we wanted him because he had that swag. He was nice with the words, and he was a youth coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And Pun named him Prospect for that reason, because he was the upcoming prospect.
Mm.
So, and he lived on Prospect.
Okay, damn, yeah, all that.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
What about Armageddon?
Armageddon, liked him. Quiet dude, always stressed out in the corner by himself. Liked him lyrically, you know. Still like him to this day. You know, he's just.
Seemed like he kept it real with you too in front of that.
Well, it's not about keeping it real.
No, I'm saying, but that night too, with they slice you, seemed like he kept it. From what you're telling me, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. He probably was there just to look out what I was going to do. So you don't know either. I can't go back.
That's true too. You know what? Let me take that back.
Yeah, take that back.
Shouts to Armageddon.
Yeah, I like him. Me and him had a little situation. We understood each other. He knew how real I was on it when he seen that. And he understood it, but he should he should understood more. Because remember when I told you that remember that Joe had this partner named Greg?
Yeah.
When he said what he said to me, Armageddon was there. So Armageddon knew how much money Joe was getting from that deal.
Sure.
So he knew that Joe was already doing the thievery shit back then.
Right.
So that's why I was disappointed in him again, because he knew the same thing I knew. He never spoke up. And that was the problem I had with a lot of them, because I spoke up.
Yeah.
But
You
I
think
spoke
they were
up.
scared?
Of course they were scared. I could tell you for a fact that they were so scared.
What about Remy Ma?
Love Remy. Even after she came out and just doing a thing with Joe and all that, got nothing but love for her. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think she was wrong in shifting her loyalty from Pun to Joe?
Nah. I think she had no loyalty to nobody. She had loyalty to herself. She had
to find herself.
Yeah. She had to find a home where they're going to promote her music.
Right.
She had no really saying in that situation, you know. When Pun passed, she thought that, you know, Liza couldn't handle the music side the way she probably wanted, you know, somebody to handle her music side. So they made the choice that, you know, that I was more really disappointed at Tony at that time, because Tony really came from us.
Right.
Well, he's next.
So,
he's next.
Do you feel like Fat Joe is trying to hold Remy back, like how they always doing like duos, and do you feel like he's trying to control her career?
No, I think he's trying to use her to the last bit of juice she has.
Right.
That's all. Like he uses everybody.
Which is a business. Which is a business.
Which is
move.
business. Yeah.
Which is business.
Yeah.
Tony Sunshine.
Tony Sunshine is a disappointment to me. You know, because like I said, we had a real relationship before all this, you know, rap shit, you know, and before the business. And he came, you know, we accepted him as the little brother that could sing, and we pushed him in front of Joe's face.
Right.
So Joe could accept him like we accepted him. And to hear him now in interviews talking about Joe's the one who put it on, things like that just bothers me, because he's lying on history that everybody that was in that circle knows. Like, you know, if anything, you could go back to history in 24K album. I put him in Still Telling Lies to Me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I put him in Hey Mamas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I gave him the first burn on my first deal.
Right.
I put him front row so he could get his talent heard. You know, and I get if you see the internet now, you see how he speaks about me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So when's the last time you seen Tony?
We were supposed to see. I got mad at Tony in like 2005 because he started talking about that I was trying to be like 50 Cent. Because remember when I was going at Joe and all of them, really, when I said fuck all of them, really. And the reason I never got to tell you the reason I did that is because I tried to get a deal before I started dissing Joe. I tried to get a deal out there. I went to the West Coast. That's how I really got. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know, these East Coast niggas don't want to fuck with me because I got problems with Joe. Let me go to the West Side. You know what I'm saying? And see what's going on over here. See, you know, find a home over here. So Joe already put, you know, his word out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know Steve Lobel. That's Joe always had powerful dudes behind him. That's why niggas be like, Joe don't got that type of power. He always had Chris Lighty. Chris Lighty had that type of power.
Yeah.
He always had, the Steve Rifkins.
Yep.
He had that type of power. He always had the Steve Lobels. That was a manager for Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yep. Yeah, I know that.
He had that type of power. So he put that block on me. I couldn't get a deal out there. That's when I went on vinyl talking shit about him. You a faggot.
But wait,
you this,
but wait, before you
feel
even
like
go
he
into that.
blackballed you.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you just blackball me behind the scene where nobody knows. Matter of fact, nigga, now we going to the mic.
But didn't he do more of that? Didn't he stop, like Angie didn't stop playing your shit anymore? Something like that? Or
Angie fell out because she chose this side.
Okay.
She chose this side, which is business, I guess, in their mind.
Payola?
Nah, it was more loyalty to... Angie, she's not gonna start no, you know what I'm saying, no beef or nothing. But me and her had a tight relationship where
she could
have called me. Right, she could have at least called me because we was friends, and I thought we was friends, and just kept it, you know what I'm saying, like friendship with me.
Yeah,
I don't want to use you for Hot 97. Like you know me, I'm not a type of nigga like that. You could have just kept this, see how my kids was doing. You was in my house, goddammit. You play with my son.
But also, didn't like in Miami, like Khaled or whatever, they didn't play you down there either?
Oh yeah, Khaled. No, yeah, Khaled. They all vouched their loyalty to him. He forced people to choose sides. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So once he did that, it's like the business side explaining to you, listen, he's gonna try to destroy our thing that we built forever. So if you give him a speech like that, I'm the enemy.
Right.
I'm the enemy because I'm out there now to destroy the nigga that's trying to destroy me behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So now if you give a speech to everybody and all your business consultants about this, this guy here is going to try to fuck this up. We're not going to be making money. You're not going to feed your family. You're not going to put your kids through private school because he's going to fuck our brand up.
Right.
Then of course you're going to roll with that nigga.
When you were in Miami, did you get a chance to see DJ Khaled? Did you tell him like why you ain't playing my shit?
I seen him in Puerto Rico and I asked him that. I tried to ask him that and he told me the Don.
Wait, that was his answer?
Yeah, the Don. So when he did the Don, I said, what? And he seen my face and he knew I was serious, that I was going to really put my hands on him. He starts running around the car.
Oh, you chasing Khaled?
Yeah, but I didn't want to chase him because I was looking like the bully because there was so many people out there. And I just approached him by myself and I was like, my nigga, listen, I'm coming to my new project. I would appreciate if you show some love. He said, I can't, my dude. He did that, I can't. When he did that, I can't. He reminded me of Joe. Cause I know how Joe acts. So he did, I can't, my dude. That's the Don. And he wasn't Khaled like he's Khaled now. He was coming up. And Khaled, to his defense, always been a grinder, always been a hard worker, and always had his own thing going on in Miami. So it was never like, that's why I approached him in that way, seeing if I could probably do some business with you. You know what I'm saying? Well, you wanted some money, I'll pay. I'll give you some. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I hate you because I don't like Joe no more.
Yeah.
But he put himself in the middle of that by saying that. Like his loyalties to him, no matter how much money I have. So now if it's like that, then you're my enemy too. So you going to get what my enemy going to get. So basically, I wanted to keep it on the hush, but he started running his home out. Chill, Cuban. Like trying to give help.
People. And bring attention.
Bring attention to himself, so he won't get the 3-piece with the biscuit on the side.
Now, so how did that end off? So you just chase him around?
It was one dude I respected. I'm not gonna say his name either. One dude that knows me, and pulled me to the side. He said, "Q, my nigga, don't do that. You
he was there.
The other some other dude that you probably know, but somebody I respect behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? And I respected him. At the time when he told me, don't beat him up. Don't beat him up.
He's from Terror Squad?
No.
Oh.
He's from Puffy.
Yo, side note. You still have your Terror Squad chain?
No.
What happened?
Pawned that, right?
I've been pawned that, but I got it back.
Gotta get your money.
I pawned that shit,
you know
got
what?
it back.
I do want to say
pawned
this.
It, got it back. It was like that. I always got it back. But then I was in my house, and I was actually in the movement to my house. And me bringing people to my house, somebody stole it out my drawer.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, even though you've been through a lot of bullshit.
We're a lot of bullshit.
How did that feel getting that Terror Squad chain? Because that was a big thing back in the day.
Pun brought me that.
Yeah.
It wasn't Joe who bought me that.
Right.
So I know Pun did it. He bought everybody Terror Squad chains. Not chains, the pendant. The Big Ten pendant.
Yeah.
Some was bigger than the others. He gave me my shit was like that. So, and it was inscribed in the back, said to my brother Cuban, love. So, but it was like, the Terror Squad album already came out. You didn't get a piece of that, my brother. So that always bothered me, that you repping this Terror Squad shit so hard, but you're not getting the business side to it. I never spoke to that about him because I know at the end of the day I was Terror Squad too. But to that man that really owned the rights to Terror Squad wasn't giving out Terror Squad chains.
You know.
So that bothered me. You know what I'm saying? But I still wore it with pride at the time. You know?
Yeah. Listen, you're a loyal soldier. You know, as we start to wind this episode down, I definitely want to see if we could actually close this from Joe right now and move on to other things.
Joe is always
what I do want to say is this.
That's the problem.
He was on Flex recently, right?
Yeah. He
talking a bunch of shit.
A lot of shit.
And, well, I don't want to say shit. He was talking what he believes.
You don't believe that. He really is lying to everybody to make himself look good. He really doesn't believe that.
Here's my thing, because I think some people may look at it and say, like, and not only a hater consider you a hater.
See, if he believes something, when you believe something, you give detailed facts of what you believe.
Yeah.
And maybe I could understand how would you believe that. You know, since I've been telling the same story all these years.
Yeah, exactly. When's the last time you seen him?
Last time I seen them was actually in the Vibe Awards.
When was this?
This was when Dr. Dre got stabbed with a fork or something like that with Buck. That's like 2004?
So you haven't seen
him?
No,
2005, I think.
You haven't seen him for, what, 12 years?
Yeah, before that. Before that, the Miami incident, remember? That I did that?
Okay.
Oh, you want to come to my hotel? Remember I did that disc?
Yeah.
That was really for real. Like, he came to my hotel.
He
tried to
get
set
shit
me
popping?
up. Well, try to get shit popping, and it was just 3 of us, and we got it popping with like 10 Terror Squad niggas. Me by myself with two other dudes. You know what I'm saying? So he tried to set me up in Miami again. You know, he called up the club. I was doing actually a show in Zeno's club, Ray Benzino's father's club out there. He called up over there talking about, yo, if you let Cuban perform, they're gonna burn the club down.
My God.
So he tried to
you
fuck up.
You blackballed to the fucking max, man.
Niggas don't know this, but it's okay. We take this
but
it's just the bitch ways of you doing it. Like you really gonna call somebody and like yell fire so you don't. So I won't eat. You know, eat and shit like that. Like you do those bitch type moves. Like for real, that's what bothered me about it. You're supposed to be a gangster from the same block I'm from. Like nigga, meet up. Like head up. Let's do it. Let's do gangster shit. So that bothered me about him.
Yeah, I could see why.
So so I'm up 4 a.m. outside, chilling. Niggas give me the word because my mans went to the store. They came back. Yo, Joe was over there doing a huddle with niggas. So they come back and put me on. I said, word, he's over there? He said, yeah, nigga. My man told me that. So now I'm like, okay, cool. So I stayed, like maybe 3 minutes later after he tells me that, I see like 6 cars pop up in the middle of the Winter Haven Hotel.
Okay.
If I tell you that. And I'm outside, and I see it comes out through a Maybach or whatever at the time. Pulls up. I said, oh, you bitch-ass nigga. I was waiting for you. So he got mad niggas outside already. I see niggas over there posting. I don't know if, they had probably joints, but I don't give a fuck. At that time, I didn't give a fuck. Because I seen his face. Once again, my attention went to him.
Sure.
So now it's too many cars parked. So you have to go like that to go to the corner, because the corner's here. The hotel front is here, by the porch. So he's coming around. I said, get your ass over here, you bitch ass nigga, whatever. So he's walking on the side. He's acting like he's coming. So he goes, oh, but why you got that cup of Hennessy in the side? Why you got that cup of Hennessy? I said, I don't need this for you, bitch. And I smashed it on the floor. When I smashed it on the floor, he's coming around. But before he's coming around, now I see 3 other baloney smoking Terror Squad niggas coming from the side. Like, if I look too much over there, they're going to try to, get me from the side. So who was that? That was Macho. That was JB. And that was the rich player dude that they just added, I guess he made his bones by trying to trick me to be in my camp, and then they accepted him. Because he was, every time I went to Florida, that nigga was on my dick trying to get in my camp. You know what I'm saying?
Who's this?
Rich player.
Okay.
Yeah, some nigga that, he's even talking in fucking the BET shit now. So he probably made his bones because he backstabbed me and and I guess played the allegiance to him. Anyway, they come to the side and I'm over here talking to this nigga. I was like, come here, you bitch ass nigga, let's go. We gonna get it set, get it popping. So when he gets to the thing, I had a bodyguard at the time that was there. Rest in peace, my man Carlos. Out of nowhere, did not tell him to do nothing. He goes in the middle, stop it, y'all not gonna fight. He's my bodyguard.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, so that caught me by surprise. He in the middle, stop it, like a fucking girl.
Yeah.
So that bothered me so much. God bless you. Because he passed away. He
No,
did,
I know
man.
what you're saying.
But that's something that bothered me so much.
That threw you off.
Yeah. So he got in the middle and started like grabbing us both, going like in the middle. And Joe was just looking at me, and I'm looking at him. And I was like, "Yo, don't give him your bag, you bitch ass nigga. Stop!" Like I was talking to him like that. And these niggas is here, and the other niggas is still coming. So I push him, and now we're about to square up. When we're about to square up, what happened? When we're about to square up, he goes, "I didn't cut your face." That's what he said. Mm-hmm. He said, "I didn't cut your face." I said, "It don't matter, nigga. You know niggas who cut my face." We about to square up. Niggas started like popping out of nowhere, like niggas from the side. To this day, I swear to God, this might be funny, but I thought Kevin Hart was with them.
Really?
I swear to God. I swear to God, I thought I saw Kevin Hart there. He went like this to me. With a
chocolate dropper.
That's what happened. Yeah, but I think he was. But he was in a lean back video. That's why I say that. But I seen a little short black dude.
Did he get a shot in on you?
No, he went like this to me. Some nigga went like that. That's what happened. Me about to square up. Some nigga coming from the left hand and went like this to me with his fingers.
Put the pistol in?
No pistols.
Okay,
with the fucking fingers. I go like this to this mother. You fucking stupid fuck. I pick up a chair and I threw the chair at the dude. Now I'm throwing the chair at the dude. Now everybody's like in commotion because now we start throwing chairs from the patio to all the Terror Squad niggas. But these are bamboo chairs, right? So they're not breaking. So they just throwing it at them. We throwing it at them. So what happens, them motherfuckers pick up the same chairs and start throwing it back at us. So it's only like 3-4 of us. So I'm in the middle of the street, no joke. I swear, I wish somebody would record this. I wish somebody had the record to record this over there. But they didn't have fucking cell phones or cameras.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle street like Neo from the Matrix, going like this with my hands, and all the chairs are hitting my fucking my right here, my
forearms,
my forearms, and they're like this. Shh. I'm like, you pussy motherfuckers, you're not even the real Terror Squad. You're not even the real Terror Squad. You're the fake Miami Terror Squad. I swear. Now, what happened? After that, I get the last chair and I break a leg off. My man GQ comes out. The Winter Haven, he was upstairs because I had people upstairs. They didn't know what was going on. He comes and he picks up the glass, the round glass from the patio things, and he launches at them. Niggas stop. Shh, that shit breaks all over the sidewalk. Shh, them niggas stop now. While I'm doing this, I'm breaking a chair. I'm breaking the leg from a chair. Now me and my man GQ chase Joe across the street by the beach. You know, if you ever been to South Beach, it's that little thing, and then the palm trees, but it's right there, right behind the car. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, I got you now. So right when I'm about to fucking hit this nigga with this stick, the cops, I see him coming from Ocean Ave, like mad deep. Woo, woo. He goes, oh, now you think you're tough because the cops coming. So I was like, you a bitch ass nigga. I throw the stick underneath the car because they were already there. I throw the stick underneath the car and I go like this. All right, cool. Saved his ass, right? The captain is the captain for Miami-Dade police, Cuban nigga. Niggas come and they press me. They put me against the car, and they said that I'm the one starting. This is my hotel, and they come over here. They got like fucking 5 cars lined up like this, and they only go to me. See, that's what I understood. I was like, these faggot ass niggas. It means you rolling with a cop that made you come over here and put the pressure on me. They wanted to lock me up. There's one lady cop that was there and told me, he tried to set you up, right? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because to this day, we know how we do. We got to keep the...
Sure.
I always kept the street code through all of that.
Sure.
Like when I got even cut in my face, I could have sued everybody in there.
You know, you think about it, you could have sued the club too.
I could have sued everybody. I could have sued the club, every fucking label that was there. I could have sued my label. I could have sued that fat fuck. I didn't do that.
Do you regret that now that he's like keeping money from your pockets?
A little bit. I ain't gonna front a little bit, but my integrity and my ego says I did the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I would have lost a little bit of that, and I'm a very prideful person, so I wouldn't have been myself.
Right.
You know?
You ever feel like?
But the game, the way it turned around, I see everybody suing each other. It's like, this is fucking part of the game.
Right.
It's not part of my street game.
Part of insurance.
Not how we came up, but it's definitely part of this fucking game.
But did you ever feel like your pride, cut you short a little bit?
Of course it did. Like it does every man.
You know, I do want to say this. Can can you and Joe?
But my pride being in the right place.
I understand.
Because I stand for something.
I understand that.
It's not like I'm being prideful for being dumb or being an asshole because I'm reminiscing too much on one thing. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's because I love hip hop so much that I try. But it's when I get to a certain level, the same shit happens because it's so much behind closed doors. So my only gun is to put it out there so niggas can see the snake in the grass.
Yeah.
But it's been taken nowadays. It's like, oh, he hating. And he always deflects it because he, like I said, he knows more powerful niggas than I know.
And he knows how to move. But let me ask you something. Can you and Joe, I mean, obviously there's too much issues to ever, like, say, hang out and fucking go for pizza.
I'm
saying, can you ever, go ahead, I'm with you, but can you ever, like, bury this hatchet? Where you're not, where
dead
he's
in his
not.
forehead.
What?
I said, yeah, we could bury the hatchet, right? In the middle of his fucking forehead. We could definitely bury it.
Okay.
Nah, but on the truth, that's jokes. I joke around like that. But at the end of the day, it's animosity because it's built up anger and it's built up betrayal, you know? And the betrayal, it overshadows the anger. And that's why it's like, you make albums talking about loyalty and jealous one's envy. And this is you, dog. This is what you did to me. You know what I'm saying? All these album shit, it's like you rubbing it in my face. Because these morals you don't have. I'm the proof of that. Because you had a real nigga, you real loyal nigga that stuck by the rules and stuck by the team, and you betrayed him. And I stood for that. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that to me, now it's not that you did it to a nigga, you did it to Tony Sunshine, they probably did him worse, but you could do that to a nigga like that.
Right.
You could do a shit like that to an Armageddon. You can't do that to a nigga that really believes in things that matter to a bigger scope.
But it even happened with Pun's family. I mean, they settled the lawsuit, so obviously they had to be somewhat right of what they were fighting for.
Of course.
They just settled the lawsuit for a couple $1 million,
Of course. If Joe would, if I would have sensed that Joe changed for real, and it could be a dialogue where we could talk about even intense subjects, I wouldn't sit down and talk with him. I would definitely have that talk.
You foresee you,
but he would never be in my. But he would never be in the realm of understanding my truth. His whole shit is about lies, so he really believes those lies.
Right. Yeah.
So how can we have a dialogue when you talking some shit that it's far from the truth?
Right.
But why is somebody like you say Tony Sunshine has been screwed? Why is he not saying that?
Because he's not built like that. You understand?
Even with him going so hard to keep you from getting certain jobs and stuff, how do you maintain?
I still do my music, and it's through the grace of God, you know what I'm saying, there's still people that respect my music, so I still do little features here and there with some of my fans out there, with some people out there. I mean, it's hard to get
You getting any royalties from 24K? Any ASCAP?
It never came out.
No, not that. Any of the other songs that you did.
Yeah. I still get, some royalties for MOB Records when I did that album. Yep. So I still get, some of that. And big shout out to MOB to this day, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
If that was the case, I would have been throwing them under the bus too, but it's just certain situations. I'm sure if you do an interview with them, they would tell you the situations we had to go through, even when we had money to pay people off. His relationships became a problem. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people would take the money and just do half of the job or won't even take the money at all.
Right.
So it was just that type of climbing up to the different levels. When we get to a certain level, it gets harder. Yeah. Because he has so much influence and he knows people.
Yeah,
who has
most
influence.
definitely. I know.
So that's how the black
that
ball.
goes in any type of shit that you're dealing with, whether hip hop or just business or just anything. One thing I want to switch lanes for a second. Pun was always trying to prove himself. Is there any battles that you remember that maybe no one knows of, or that that maybe nobody ever heard? I mean, I know people ask you for stories all the time about Pun, but
Pun would, once they hear Pun, they wouldn't even, they would probably join the cypher and all of that, but it was just like Pun, it don't matter who was there. You seen them do ciphers with the Cannabises of the world. You seen them
Big L,
DMX. Of course, Big L and him just always go back and forth with it. Yeah. Always back and forth. But my brother was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Pun was crazy. He was advanced. He was like a fucking, like a Big L on steroids lyrically. You know what I'm saying? That's why, because Big L was crazy. To me, Big L was an extra crazy Law Finesse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where his style came from to me. I used to love Law Finesse. Law Finesse is one of the top to me.
Nasty Law Finesse.
And then Big L came out, AG and Big L.
Yep.
Them niggas was like babies that just crazy with, that took Finesse style and took it to the next.
Right.
But then you put Pun in that equation, You got G-Rap, Finesse, Big L in one fucking cipher.
Yeah, forget it. It's crazy. How true is they say that Pun despised Jay-Z?
No.
You know how they said that? They said that he I seen, not saying it's true, I'm saying just from online shit you see that they say
Pun never hated. He Pun liked Jay-Z a lot. He respected him as a lyricist. He's just we've been put in our head that he was pussy by the fat nigga, by Joe.
Yeah.
That we, that it was what it was.
What did you think of when he signed with Rock Nation, Joe? I mean, I can't believe we're back on Joe. You can never get away from this guy. But what did you think? What did you think about when he signed with Rock Nation after knowing that this guy's telling you that this guy's pussy?
They say it's business.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They say it's business. I guess
it's dinero, Holmes.
That's what they say it is. I mean.
So what do you got? You got some music coming out soon or anything? You got some projects you're gonna work on, or?
Yeah. I'm working on this album I've been working for a minute. It's called Missing Link. That's gonna be my next album.
Yeah. Do you plan to release it anytime soon?
Yeah, but I just I'm waiting for like I said, man, when that business when the business avenues really get online, where it's like the capital's there to where it needs to be, the connections are there to where it needs to be put out there in a broader sense. And nowadays, of course, we got the internet and all of that, but it can only get you so far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it has to be a blueprint of how to get that money back.
Yeah.
It can't just be me putting out songs for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And nowadays, like I said, it's a catch-22 with the internet.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is that with this new crowd of people that, consume music, man, I think that giving them a little dessert to get to the entree would definitely help.
No, definitely. The mixtape is going to come out.
Sure.
So the mixtape is there. That's the little dessert. Not even dessert. That's the appetizer. Yeah. And then you get the entree with the Missing Link.
Sure.
And then we might give you a nice little,
fucking paneal, the fucking empanadas. Let me ask you, why did
croquetas?
I know. There's so many stories that you've told all over.
Yeah.
But Pitbull, he came at you on a song.
That's
right?
the only reason.
Why?
That bothered me.
Why'd you why'd you three-piece him like that?
No, I didn't three-piece. I gave him one.
You only hit him once?
One shot.
And he went down?
No, he didn't go down. He started running, He wasn't in this
Have you
atmosphere.
ever seen him again?
Yeah, I seen him in Miami, actually, in a club out there.
Everything cool?
He sent me a shot. He sent me a shot of Hennessy.
I wouldn't have drank that if I was you.
He threw it in the air.
Who knows what was in it? Could have been arsenic in that motherfucker.
I think we understand each other, but it was just more of a...
But why did he come at you on? What song did he come at you on?
It's called Weakest Link, some shit like that.
Yeah.
It just sounded like that. Yeah, it bothered me.
Why did he come at you?
Because he was just that was the wave, I guess, of the fuck Cuban Link campaign, and he caught me in the middle of that. Like, saying, it's like a dude that's Cuban coming up, and he get with one of my like sour relationships that I had with a dude, and he lets that dude gas him up about me, and he just comes out, like just talking shit about me, shit that he doesn't know nothing about. This dude don't know me. Plus you Cuban, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's an extra dagger. Like, I gotta see you.
Yeah.
You're gonna show me your Cuban side when I see you.
Yeah.
You have to. So that's what it was with him. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like he was just taking advantage in my mind of the situation, so you could, do a publicity stunt to kick a nigga while he's down already.
Sure.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying it got me more mad because of that. Because I got all this shit that I'm going on with this dude already. This Spanish nigga over here, fucking traitor.
He was talking about when you got cut, right? In the lyrics.
He said a lot of things. He said a lot of things.
But like out of nowhere, out of like left field?
Really, like shit he probably heard from another dude. He never, he don't know me personally. So he must have had somebody else that was, putting a battery in his pack. And maybe Joe was maybe in his ear saying shit to him. He was around those same circles. I don't know what it was, but he decided to have enough cojones to really say things like that.
Yeah.
So if you say things like that, I'm gonna have to,
Did you land one on him when you hit him?
Yeah, no, I caught him. I caught him flush with a jaw. Not flush where I caught him with the nice, starter.
Okay.
With a starter kit.
And then he bounced.
Yeah, he had bodyguards there. He had a little bodyguard. I don't even want to, I didn't really want to, I don't like talking about that situation any longer because, deep side, I'm inside, I'm proud of what he's done.
Yeah, sure.
Because he stuck with his own lane, And, it was never, he gave me the little, it was never an apology, but I can't expect an apology from a nigga I already punched in the face.
Yeah.
So
once you
that
put
little,
your hands on somebody, it's hard to ever
either shoot me
go
the
back.
next 5 or say I'm sorry, my bad. Not even sorry, but I was wrong, and he did that already. He said I was wrong. So basically, you deserve that. Because, we all take wins and losses. We all do. I did too.
Sure.
Many times.
You got to eat
and
that.
sometimes you got to eat that. Sometimes you do got to eat that. And, to be, in a powerful situation that he's in probably now, because he's even bigger than Joe.
Yeah.
In the Latin market and in the big commercial side.
Nice. Forget it. He's humongous.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that because I'm, I seen a documentary of Latinos that made it to the top. It was on HBO, and he was the top dude.
Wow.
So when I saw that, I was like, damn, man, look. And at the end of the day, the scope is like he represented for Cuba, And he took his own lane. He made people dance. He did what the Puffy did. He took house music and he made it a field of hip hop in that side. You know what I'm saying? He made people happy and dance to his music. So I commend him on that, He stuck to his lane.
And that got to make you proud, especially for being a Cuban.
Proud, but not too proud,
Now, as wild as you were, as we end up this.
He's still wild.
Well, he is still wild. Let me tell you something.
Wild.
As we,
I'm not wild, no.
Yeah, you were wild,
He's had a
motherfucker.
fight recently. What you talking
I ain't no
about?
fight. They snuffed me.
Who started it?
What fight?
You.
I kind of
Turned up.
Yeah, I kind of.
What fight?
I wasn't turned up. I was just, when you be in situations and you say shit that you get caught up because you got alcohol in your system and you really forget.
Was at a house party?
No, I was in a bar, a local bar in the Bronx.
How do you know he got into a fight with?
It's just on fucking everywhere.
Bro.
Yeah, so I got snuffed too. You know what I'm saying? I got nice little.
Okay, so you got two-piece.
Not two-piece, one piece.
Snuck up
Yeah, I got a nice one piece
you go
though.
to
Nice,
sleep for
like
him?
no, I never go to sleep. Never. That's definitely a rule. Never go to sleep. If you go to sleep, it's a wrap. So I got caught off point. I was really talking to a dude that I had a problem with before, that I really gave him the business before. So I should have never even had my motherfucking guard
you fucked
down.
up.
And I shouldn't even been telling him. It's like me trying to school this nigga. He's a younger dude, so I'm really trying to give him a little.
These kids is hard-headed.
Like in situation about me,
yeah.
In a wrong. I was wrong because I was definitely drunk and I was off point and I was out of line even. Saying things like that. Not that I was saying malicious things for him.
Like,
I was saying my truths.
Nigga, let
you know
live.
what I'm saying? My truths and shit. And that sparked something up where, you know what I'm saying? He caught me. Nice. Nice catch.
Hey, listen.
Is it squashed though now?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we know people in between.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get that ugly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it took me like 7 days to really to calm down and look forward. Because in the beginning it's like, you get ridiculed because, that shit was, after that, it was like that shit was put on World Star and things like that. So it's like always more malicious thing than just the snuff.
Sure.
It was like a whole fucking gang really trying to make me look bad.
Yeah.
So it could bring, down the price of my brand.
Sure.
So it was like, that shit bothered me more than the actual snuff.
Right.
Because I didn't really know I was in a snake pit there. So that just, I blame all of that on my being naive to really the hate and
too
intoxicated and really not liking myself after I seen myself on camera being that vulnerable. And you see it from an angle where this nigga was sizing me up.
You don't.
And I didn't even see it.
Right.
So that bothered me. I don't never want to get caught up in that situation again. Because I'm too real for that. And I've represented too much real shit for me to get caught up in
Exactly.
that. So I take that in the chin.
Wow.
And sometimes you got to wake up like that.
Yeah,
And that's all.
At least you grew from it.
You have your ups and your downs. Many people say about the Jay-Z getting chased around the couch.
I did.
I've seen people say that's not a true story.
They're always gonna deny what it is. Well, that's what Pun said, and I was there, outside. I was outside, so I seen them when they really came out the room. So unless Pun and Joe lied to me, because that was the story they both did tell me.
That Pun and Joe chased Jay around the couch.
Yeah, if they lied to me, I don't think my brother would lie to me.
I don't know why. I don't know why they lied to you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what was telling me. And I mean, Joe, if you ask him now, he's in a deal with Rock Nation. He's not gonna say. If you heard him, they asked him. Flex said that. Flex said what happened in the night. Remember with Carbon?
Yeah.
That we had that shit that happened with Rockefeller and TS. I explained it word for word what happened.
Yeah.
And yet, Joe, when Flex asked him, he said, Cuban Link is a liar. Don't ever believe what he said. And then in the same breath, he goes like, I was wrong back in the days, and I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done. In the same breath, he goes there, but I'm a liar. I said the truth, But yet you go and you apologize so you could get that money
He had to
rolling.
backpedal a little bit.
Right, because he know if he seen, well, maybe I don't know if he saw what I said, but what I told him was the truth.
Yeah.
No real shit happened. It was just a regular brawl.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm used to that. My whole career was about that.
Yeah.
So that's why I could tell you, I could give it as good as I could take it.
Now, even when we briefly, because I want to wind this episode down, but briefly when we talk about TS and Rock fighting that night,
Right.
Jay wasn't even there that night. They were
I didn't
fighting.
see him.
But
if he was there, he must have left without me seeing him.
Yeah. But did they squash that quick? Because I know, like, I think Memphis or somebody hit somebody with a bottle of
Yeah,
a TS.
no.
Did y'all squash that quick afterwards?
It wasn't that serious to us.
Okay.
It was serious because somebody was bleeding from our camp.
Yeah.
But then knowing the story afterwards, how, we heard the story that the TS affiliate started everything.
Yeah.
It was just like, God damn, that's what happens when you start shit. I've always been a fair dude. It's like you start something, my nigga, prepare for the consequences.
Yeah.
You start it. I'm ready to go all the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I start something, but I have to have the truth by me. I can't be the one starting shit and then be a bully or acting like I want to start problems and then become a pussy.
Sure. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. So that's why, if y'all seen when I said it, I cannot represent a lie like that and be tough.
Yeah.
I can't.
Well,
now I could apologize for something I did, but now the next step is me having the power of that truth to come behind it.
Right.
If you start again with me,
Yeah.
that's the difference.
What would keep peace for you? What would keep peace for Cuban Link? Meaning, like, what do you want out of life now? I mean, you're a loyal dude. To me, like I said, you're underrated. There's a lot of people who say you're a nasty lyricist. But you've been fucked. You've been screwed. You've been paused. But you've been you've been
caught a
you're
bad
a loyal
hand
dude.
in this
You're a
industry.
loyal dude who unfortunately caught a bad hand. But
you know what?
But now you say all this shit that Joe about this and all these, and it's all true stuff that you're saying that from what you're saying.
100%.
But what I'm saying is, what do you expect out of this? Like, not meaning here.
I expect everybody to just, what I'm saying, at the end of the day, take heed to the truth, man. Too much lies going on in this industry and to tarnish, something that I know I'm part of, a legacy that is a forbidden or untouched chapter in the Terror Squad. Mm-hmm. So regardless how I might look at it, if I hate Joe or not, I don't hate him. You know what I'm saying? I just hate when the truth is not out. Say the truth.
Yeah.
I have no problem with the truth.
Truth is not in style.
To me, it always is.
Yeah.
No,
it is.
To a real nigga, it's
I'm
always the truth is going to surpass the test of time.
Yeah.
It's always. That's the only thing. Like I told you out there, I said the only thing that gives me comfort in representing my story and doing it the way I do is because even the oldest, realest story in the book, which is in the Bible, is the Jesus story. Mm-hmm. That at the end of the day, you could put it where it's just, a dude came with a new formula and people was following him because he represented something that meant something to those people. Mm. And the people some people got mad because he came in the block with a new product that had people feeling happier. Mm. So now, you even though he's in the truth by his heart being in the right place and trying to help people, you still gonna have them haters that's gonna stomp that man out because the business. Now that man that's coming with the truth is fucking up the business.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's why the realest story ever. I could only relate it to my story, not to say ever that I'm Jesus or nothing, but it's an old story that happens every day.
I get that. No,
it's a story that happens every day. It happens to a doctor.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When he probably makes that cure for AIDS. And then the pharmacies and the big corporations will probably try to kill him because he's trying to give it for free.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same story. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one of those dudes. And by telling the truth, I free myself of ever being that baloney
continue
smoker.
To be free and continue to be blessed.
Yeah, so it always...
And I tell you, I wish you, and I know Lissa and us wish you nothing but the best. Where can people find you on social? What are you on Twitter?
IG, I'm in Cuban Link, COK.
Okay. On Twitter?
In Twitter, I don't even use Twitter like that.
Okay.
But
you still...
Cuban Link COK, all the way around. Cuban Link COK, I'm there.
Cuban Link COK.
And Facebook, you already know...
Fuck Facebook.
I still be on that.
I'm only playing.
Not as much, but yeah.
I don't really like Facebook because everybody
Messenger shit. Is Messenger part of Facebook?
Facebook Messenger? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I'm part of that shit too. So just that's COK24K Yahoo.com. So I'll be there, man. It's just I take like life. You already know, man. I got kids and life takes a toll when you're not really 100%. So when you dedicate, you got to give this 120% when you do this music shit, and it takes away from your family because you really have to be grinding and be out there and promoting yourself.
And the grind doesn't stop, and you've been there, but you know what? You have to do it again if you want.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucks. Like, it's like you're being in familiar territories,
right?
And you're like, damn, I've done this already, but you still got to do it again. It never stops.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I definitely wish you the best, and I really admire.
But I love this hip hop shit. I love music,
I know you do,
man.
and I admire your loyalty, man. Real talk.
Yeah.
I've been a dude loyal. Gone away, and the person who I went away for didn't even take care of me. Shit like that.
Yeah,
so you know what I mean. But
that's
other people step up and see that shit, and unfortunately, sometimes, like I said, you catch a bad hand. What I want you to leave us.
But
with,
the bad hand is beautiful at the end, man.
I know, because you
like
make
at the end of the day,
out of
just like I told you the Jesus story that he got. You seen him. You seen the Passion of Christ. You seen the whipping he got. You seen the torture he got. You seen how many loved ones ran from him. You see how the ones that's closest to him set him up. You see all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can relate that. At the end of the day, that story is always going to be told.
Yeah.
And that man will always be worshipped.
Yeah. Man.
Even after death.
Crazy,
so
but crazy, but true.
And that's it.
Yo, you know what? Pum was crazy. You were fucking crazy. Leave us with a story.
It's a good crazy, though.
Leave us with a story. You both street motherfuckers that didn't play around. Leave us with a story. Obviously, not incriminate yourself like these new dudes do in this day and age, but leave us with a crazy story that you can remember of Pun not playing around or you not playing around. Like some shit.
Oh, we was going to fight one day.
Really?
Yeah, me and Pun was going to fight. Real fight. Like, we had arguments, but the stupidest fucking way of fighting, though. This is not like a personal vendetta fight. It was the dumbest shit ever, but I got mad. And he knew how to pluck my buttons. He knew how to press my buttons. He knew it. So, yeah, that was before the music industry and all of that.
Did Pun ever prank a death? Did he prank a death one time?
Yeah, with the quad. Yeah. Me and Sunkiz was up in the mountains and shit, in the Poconos, that we rented a house, and then he really fell, though. He really fell. He had blood in his lip, but he was by a tree hanging off a branch. I don't know how the fuck he did that, but he faked his death because he heard us coming, because we was really looking for him. He got lost. He was behind us. So when we found him, he was like that, by the branch.
Laying like he dead?
Like he was dead. He was like, two in. We started getting nervous, like, who the fuck is going to bring your ass back, motherfucker? You too heavy for me and him to bring you back. So my mom was like, how the fuck did this happen? The motherfucker said, I got you, motherfucker. And he pranked us.
Funny motherfucker. Pun is crazy.
Yeah, so it's back to the fight, right? So it's a simple story. A little kid. I was probably 18. Maybe not. Yeah, like 18. And there was this girl that liked me. So, and she was a black girl, right? So now, I'm over here talking to a girl, and she liked me. She's infatuated by me, right? So I'm talking to her, we just talking, kicking it. And I knew her, you know what I'm saying? But I'm kicking it, like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to set something up for later and all that. Out of nowhere, this nigga Pun coming out of nowhere. And he goes, he don't like black girls. Yo, he tells the girl that, right? But he don't know I know her like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We grew up together, like me and her. And, she's a cutie. So I was trying to really do something, but he comes in and cocks block me like that, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm like, yo, how you gonna say that? I took that personal.
Yeah.
I like, my nigga, you my nigga. Like, you don't say shit like that. He's like, come on, Clay, you don't like black girls, this, that. So I go, I got embarrassed a little bit. So I told him, baby, I'll talk to you later, you know what I'm saying? He's talking to, I argued with this nigga for 3 hours until it turned dark. And he kept fucking with my buttons because I know he just did it to cock block me. Because he probably liked it a little bit and he wanted to be the...
Sure.
Yo, dude, this nigga, me and him, we went from that conversation to him saying, like, we used to go, like, war with shit. Like, he used to go deep into, like, you wouldn't even understand how deep. Like, arguing with a block of heroes, but saying shit that really means shit. Like, he would set that off. He got me so tight, I told him, yo, put your hands up. And he was like 450 at the time. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't in the rap world like that yet. Me, I'm like 155.
Yeah.
So I'm like this, that's how mad he got me. First time I ever.
What did he say to you when you said put your hands up?
He said, Come on, nigga. Stop your bullshit. I was like, I'm not fucking playing. I'm not fucking playing. Put your hands up. We're going to fight. Fuck that.
Yeah, you lost a piece of pussy because of him.
Yeah, but because he's not supposed to do that to me. First of all, you're my fucking brother.
Yeah, that's the code of the streets.
You're not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? You cock blocking me for what, my nigga? You know, at the time you had your wife anyway. I know you did it just to fuck with me. I know you did that to fuck with me.
Yeah.
But it was people around, and you know what I'm saying? That shit just bothered me that he did that. So anyway, that's the story. It's not that great, but it was...
He's like, it's not that great.
It's not that great. Cause
it's all good. Listen, we had a great episode, man. We went through the journey, man, and you know, like I said, it has its great moments, it has its low moments.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, you still kicking, you still out here, man.
Oh, we still out here, man.
Internet, listen,
chilling.
check for Cuban Link, man, and you know what? Listen, we're not gonna do no I don't trust people this week, but make sure you fill up that hashtag I don't trust people. I don't trust PPL on Twitter at the Premium Pete Show at Premium Pete at Miss Listen Knows. Let us know who or what you don't trust. And like I always say, if ain't no fuck shit, we'll feature it on a future episode. Listen, Cuban.
Yo, good looking.
Blessings, bro.
So dope.
Appreciate
premium interview right here for real.
Appreciate you joining us, man. Listen, check for Cuban Link. We'll see you next episode. Peace. Cheers.